that being said, oh, no, I got one more thing to do. But why doesn't somebody do the recap while I get the recording logged in?
Oh, we gotta have the recap in the recording.
Can't hear you there.
The recording's going.
Okay. I don't mind doing the recap today.
Go for it.
Okay. So, what did we do? We've got released from jail. Yep, we brought some horses. We then actually finally created our merchant kind of guild party and made our way to the next town, which we briefly did not stay in there for very long. I can't remember what the name of the town was, though.
Random village number 27.
Pretty much.
New actor 20.
While they were trying to make the little merchant caravan, they needed Petra's little coin that she got from the Ironwoods,
Yeah.
but Petra was off getting food.
Yeah, so we were able to finally make the Wolf Sentient Co. Mercantile.
Sentinel.
Yeah, Sentinel. Shut up.
Senile.
Yes.
She is.
Fuck off. Anyway,
Wolf
as I was
Sentinel
saying,
Company Mercantile Permit
Thank
and
you.
Travel Pass.
travel pass. That's what we purchased. So we went to the town and we actually got to skip past the long ass queue into the town. Whilst we were in that town, we all kind of did our own separate things. Went to the monastery, went to the mage guild, went to the marketplace. That's when I found research on a book that would help remember memories, and decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go balls to the walls, make that potion and drink it and see what happens. I did let
You missed a part
what?
there. Poppy.
Oh yeah, well she's not
I mean,
gonna
we
say
can phase out Poppy if you want.
She's not even got to use right now.
No, she's doing the important parts. All the parts about her.
Ah, that's
Those
it.
aren't the important parts. Mew's nowhere in them.
I was just about to say I told Mew and Toby before I got interrupted. We did meet Poppy, the rogue, part of the Thieves Guild, who got us registration in the town that we were in, who needed passage with us due to some sort of murder that she committed. But we are, as of yet, we do not know what it was or what she did.
I don't think she said it was a murder, did she?
She didn't.
Just that she was in trouble with some, shady ass
She was-
people.
Yeah, to Amaranth, that's
But-
murder.
But
She didn't-
none of you guys know that. Only Petra
She
does.
said that she did murder someone. She told Petra that she murdered someone.
Yeah, she told Petra.
So
Yeah, and then Petra had killed somebody again.
So I was right with the murder. She did, just not to us. We don't know what she's done, but Petra knows that she reason why she has to get out of town. But we don't know what the context of the murder was. Whilst we were at town, me and New went to the Mage Guild, search on the necromancers, and the Shadowfingers to see if we could find any more information on that. Sadly, it was restricted because that was on the other levels, and you had to then pay to register to be in the Mage Guild, which was an astronomical amount.
No, the issue was that they only let residents of the country become a member.
The Fondue Mage Guild didn't have social no reciprocity.
They didn't have the dragon. They didn't have a flying dragon that would take you to places. Like I said, made a potion to recall my memories, which I did. Which we now know the Void Journal is something that they stole, which I then restole, and that's why they were chasing me. But we don't know if they remember that I remember, and so we were on our way to the next town.
They know that I know that they.
But they don't know if I know that they know.
Do they know that you know that I know that you know?
Well, I don't know.
Possibly.
I do.
And whilst we were on our way, we were both trying to research. New was trying to research more information on the generals. She has a
The
long
liches.
the general liches, and I was researching on liches and seeing if there's any more information we could find out. Well, you were finding out if what it could be with regards to the history of the generals themselves, the Shadowfingers, and then we were going to try and find out research in this session about how to create and kill liches, pretty much. We are on our way to the next town. Next town 24.
Okay. That pretty much sums it up, yeah. So that being said, obviously, you guys are on the road, heading towards the border. It is... Let me get the clock up here. Apparently it got closed. Yeah, so it's still early morning. You guys have recently left, started down the road. You all had your big, heavy discussion as you were heading down the road. And at this point, it's pretty much just follow the road until you get to the border. It is a fairly long trip. Hopefully you guys remember to buy food for your horses.
Nay, nay.
That being said, the horses, don't seem to have any trouble. It's a pretty open road. No real problems there.
Worst case scenario, we can feed the horses Poppy.
That works.
Yeah, that's what we need. High horses. Get off your high horses and
I've got 2 of the rolls. Did not request them from everybody?
Get that up. Sorry, I was
Alright.
looking at the
So,
map. Sorry.
Since we ended last session with the exposition of all that the generals were, I'm assuming Miu didn't read this out loud or anything. So
Did not.
and she only would have passed along the little bits of information to Amaranth about in terms of figuring out what things could potentially be the starts with an F,
Starts with a PH.
PH, phylacteries, potentially the axe for the barbarian, legitimately each other for the ranger and the wolf, possibly a fucking song for the bard,
Bard.
Hey, they didn't say anything about an instrument in the heckin' thing.
Snaps.
The paladin.
Hellydan.
I forgot what it was.
It was an oath break, so
With Raker, Paladin, go figure.
Was the paladin the one that I was confused as to and not knowing what it might be?
Yes.
No, that was all of them.
yeah, because
And then
it was-
Phobrix was,
Eyes.
or the bejeweled dagger.
or yeah,
No, the eyes were the
The,
ranger.
the ranger, yeah. The eyes were the ranger and the wolf.
so the next time we get a chance, I'll have to expedition dump to the party about any information that I can. Noted. I'm not
Okay.
trying to explain all this stuff while we're on horseback.
Okay. Yeah, so that pretty much sums up everything that, you read from last time. It is quite a thick book. Has anybody has anybody been working on reading the Merchant's Rulebook? I can't remember.
That is still in Miu's thing. Miu had passed the life cycle of liches to Amaranth to read as we went on, and Petra was taking the leads of her horse as well as the horse me and Petra are on, so that Amaranth could actually read while riding.
Because I rolled for shit. I rolled 5s.
Hey, at least this isn't Torrens campaign. all 5s across the fucking board.
Well, I wrote what was it, an 18, a 19, and a 20, and then it was like, nothing, that's all you get.
Yeah, but those were
So
far
five,
more
five.
important.
Okay.
For now, not right now.
Yeah, so for today, you pretty much just travel straight ahead. There aren't really any cities directly on the road that you're traveling on. They're mostly off on side roads. But it's a well-worn path. It's the main path through the area. It takes you the rest of the day to get about halfway to the border, even on horseback. You stop, obviously, for the night. You find yourself in a fairly tramped down area. It's clear that this place is frequently used for camp. Obviously, you're able to set up camp here if you'd like, or you can continue through the night.
What time of the day is it now that we've traveled things?
We will say that you have traveled the full day, so we will say it's dusk. It's 6 o'clock-ish.
I mean, personally, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to settle down for the night so that I can expedition dump to the rest of the party all the stuff I learned from the book, possibly take a minute to basically read the whole thing out loud so they get the entirety of it, but
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Oi.
Okay. So, you're going to go to sleep for the night then?
Yep. I guess-
Will you be
Yep.
taking watches?
Yes.
Yes, but only Alexis.
I'll be cooking. That's all right.
take
Okay.
X
And
amount of
Petra
time
will be
to...
right behind you.
Okay, the whole night, or what? One shift.
You can do shifts.
Assuming there's time and she can get everyone's attention, you will take the time to elaborate all the things she learned from the book to the rest of
Toby
the
is
group.
cooking food. Her attention is
Let's
not
be
easily
honest.
divided.
Let's be honest. Even if there wasn't food involved, this would go way over Petra's head. She'd just be like, so
Oh,
what
yeah.
do I kill?
It's like, never mind. We just, as long as the rest of us
Which-
know, it's all good.
We don't have an
I
elf
will
in
s-
the group, correct?
What was
I
that?
will point...
What was
What'd
that,
you say,
Torin?
Torin?
I said we have an elf in the group, correct?
No.
Right. Okay.
I will point out to Amaranth specifically that if my theory is right and the Bard's phylactery is that song,
Mm-hmm.
it is possible that we might kill it immediately by having written the song title and author into her book, but I think it's a bad idea to do if we don't actively have eyes on the Lich and can prove that it kills it.
Okay. Okay. I will note that down.
She'll note that down in her book. Oops, wait. What was she noting down in her book?
In my elder.
Defile.
Yes.
Sorry, just a quick gameplay question. Could I get another, under my ingredients pouch in my favorites, could I get another tally so I can tally up my chef's points that I get?
Yeah,
Wow.
so to do that, it's actually something that you're able to do on your own. You just create an item and name it whatever you want, and then you can add it to your favorites. At least that's how it was
Do I
explained.
create it?
So in your character sheet, if you go to your items, your inventory,
Gotcha.
then
Which is the second tab from the top.
Yep. Then at the very bottom, there is a little floating plus sign button that you can hit at any point. So if you click that, then it should add. It should ask you what kind of item you want to add, right?
Yeah, I got consumable, container, equipment, loot, tool, or weapon.
Yeah. So in this case, I would say probably consumable item
Okay.
to make it easier for you to, manage quantity.
You can also put it in your effects if you want to as well.
Yep, you can put it pretty much anywhere that's easiest for you. I believe the default that they said is that resources were being moved to be items.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
At least I believe that's what they said.
Learning curve for everybody today.
Yep. Yeah, there's a little bit of a learning curve. I fixed most of your character sheets, but I couldn't remember exactly how it was before on everything, so...
How do I drag it out from my inventory? It's there. So
To be in the favorites?
I want to drop it into favorites.
Yeah, you just click and hold and drag it like
There's
any
a little
other
box
thing.
that says drop favorite.
Let's see, where do you have it? Cooking points, I see it. Yeah, so you literally just drag and drop like that.
No, big questions.
What was that?
Guess I had to remove it from favorites, but I know, never mind.
But yeah, so that being said, everybody's stopping for the night. There's going to be some cooking done. What are you cooking?
Let's see. I will just cook a simple hearty stew, so I just use regular ingredients. I'm not using any of the special ingredients.
Okay.
I'll take second watch.
You will take third watch and
take-
probably just use the time to read her book on being social anyways.
Takes a chair and props up her tent door.
Starts trying to talk to people while they're trying to sleep.
How do you do? It's 3 in the morning now. Go to bed.
Interesting thing for New would be the fact that when she reads the book, it'll tell them. Oh, well, if it's somebody you're familiar with, you should lead with an informal and welcoming greeting, such as "hi" or "hello." And she's gonna look at that and be like, "What the? I've never heard those words before."
He?
Yeah.
He?
Hey? You lead with hey? Nobody's ever said hey to me.
No, see, this is legitimately how those words come to be again, because she'll read them out and, like, just kind of sound them out, and just be like, okay, I'm not super familiar with social things, this must be a normal thing, and she'll just go say it.
Yep, that checks out. That is the canonical restoration of the words hey and hello.
Yeah, we don't say hi anymore. It's he.
Yeah, hey. You gotta say it kind of weird though, like hey, like you're confused.
See, it's funny because that doesn't affect Petra in any way, shape, or form. She doesn't say anything half the time to get people's attention.
Yep, usually just a lot of
She just
waving.
throws the pebble of healing at them.
All right. So the night passes without too much trouble.
Good.
Saw.
First thing in the morning. Anybody doing anything?
Feeding the horses.
Okay, what are you feeding them?
Amaranth.
Okay.
No. No.
I thought we agreed
He
on
almost
feeding
said
them
Petra.
Poppy.
How rude.
I thought we agreed on feeding them Poppy.
Stop trying to get them to feed me. I want to give them some. I'll give the horse a ration because I've got rations with me.
You
You're
do realise
gonna give the
horses will eat
horse
the
rations.
grass.
Huh?
Horses eat grass.
Yeah, it's a horse
do?
ration.
You do realise
Oh, no.
there's grass all around.
No, here,
There
eat this
should be,
jerky,
yeah.
horse.
I'm just gonna
So-
leave my horse to some grass and let it eat it.
Okay, so you're grazing your horses then for food?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not getting a choice here.
Petra's angrily
After
searching
your
for any
ration
remnants of food anywhere.
Okay, so I imagine everybody's having breakfast and everything like that while the horses graze.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
What are you
So
guys having for breakfast?
Some hearty stew somebody made. Hey, look at this.
No, that was dinner.
that was
Oh,
dinner.
Are you
Everyone had
making
that for
food?
dinner.
Everybody has rations. If you're eating a ration today, you can go ahead and remove one from your inventory.
I do not
have some
actually
food.
have rations.
then why are you asking us
should.
what we're eating?
Every character
Nope.
should have started with rations. Do you
Nope,
not
I
have
do
any?
not have rations.
Okay.
I have
I never had rations.
You
I
should
made
have started with them. If you don't have them, I will fix that real quick. Shouldn't take long.
Oh, it doesn't got the plus and minus when it's in the backpack.
I do offer everyone a bright berry muffin.
Nice.
so-
It's gone.
Okay.
It's gone in less than a second.
Okay, you've got
When he
5
hands it to
rations to
Petra.
start with.
And what does the Bright Berry Muffin do for us?
It just regains 4 hit points. Doesn't actually do anything for you now, but I just offered everyone a bright muffin.
Yeah, it's basically a very, very weak heal, but it's a guaranteed 4 instead of like a 1d4.
Exactly.
Don't we still have a bunch of bread in the bag of holding?
No, you ate it
No,
all
it's
last
all
week.
gone.
Oh, true.
Yeah, no, you've eaten it all. Okay. So everybody's eaten. The horses have eaten. Are you taking off? Are you doing anything else?
I just had a really fucked up thought.
Okay.
And
The bag of holding doesn't have air in it. So
It does not.
you could actually put bread in it and it won't like become stale because it's left out in the fucking air. It would
Yeah.
basically preserve it.
anaerobic bacteria causes it to rot.
Yeah, it can still go bad. It wouldn't dry out the normal way. Okay,
Alright, we
so
put Poppy in the
doing
bag of
anything
holding?
else this morning?
No, I'm still keeping to my same guardian armor. I ain't changing any of my spells personally.
Petra's just gonna try to get up on the horse by herself again.
I'm just gonna research the liches and
Niu's gonna play with her demon a little bit and then just shove it back in her bag.
Yeah, okay.
Inside joke.
Right. And then I assume after that everybody's jumping on horses, taking off.
Comedy rich.
Yep.
Yep.
Petra's
Okay,
gonna try
Petra
to
needs
get
to
up
try
on the
an
horse.
athletics roll. Hey,
Yay.
Petra survives.
that was like close.
She manages to grab hold of the saddle and essentially just yeet herself up through raw strength, landing
Yep.
landing roughly on the horse.
I guarantee the one time Petra fails that roll, it's gonna be while Niu's like right there by it, about to get on the horse, and she's just gonna like smack Niu in the face, and because of that, get up on the horse successfully anyways.
Okay,
Yep.
so you all set out. You jump on your horses. It's another long day of travel. You know that you have at least the remainder of the day until you're going to reach the border of the city. Or, sorry, the border of the country.
This is one big ass city. Jesus. What is
Yes.
this, Texas?
Damn.
Yep, big ass city. So you travel. It's
They're very slow horses, one or the other.
it's fairly
19,
easygoing.
Let's go, baby.
But about
Oof.
noon, you catch up with a group of gypsies that happen to be traveling as well. And they seem to be minding their own business as you're coming up on them. They're still a ways ahead of you, but you know they're quite clearly gypsies. They have several caravans. You can see brightly lit banners and things like that, all strewn about the different carriages. Clearly, they travel quite a lot and do some sort of sideshows or something like that. They're all talking rather boisterously, and they're heading in the same direction as you, just slightly slower.
I'll smile and just say wave. Would they get close?
Okay, so you're just gonna wave and keep going?
Are any of them tabaxi?
Of course.
No.
Yeah, lean over to Niu and say, "Hey, there you go. That I can use your social skills."
Yeah, you can just lean over and be like, "Hey!" Yeah, so none of them are tabaxis. You guys, kind of wave as you pass by, and they all seem all very welcoming. They're, shouting to you, waving. A couple of them are, dancing around on top of their carriages. Some of them are playing music, just having a good old time. And
That's it.
as you pass
Wonderful.
them, they pick up their pace a little bit to kind of keep up behind you.
Yeah, we got following minstrels.
Yeah, we use Petra's healing stone to make them go away.
issue.
Right, so the day continues to pass. It gets later into the evening, and you come across another place that would be good to camp out at. And you notice that the gypsies are beginning to set up camp in that area. But there is plenty of space for you to set up as well. Do you want to camp with the gypsies or move on?
Might be a nice night.
Maybe they have food.
We could
What's
sell
wrong
them
with my
Petra.
food?
Petra's
Nothing's
just,
wrong with your food, but then we can use your food for a later day and we can get free food.
I don't feel it'll be free. It's gypsies. Come on. There's always.
Is
a
there
price.
any smell of food in the air?
Is there any
They are
smell
still
food?
setting up camp at this point because they were traveling right along with you. So you see them stopping to set up camp at this location. So there's no food yet.
I'm happy to stop Sam. Camp with them if everyone else is.
Well, they're about to be eaten out of house and home.
Okay, yeah, maybe a bad idea. Don't want to piss gypsies off.
We'll move on.
So are we making camp or not?
I'm fine to make camp, yes. So up to everyone else. They have to use your voices and say yes or no.
Arrgh!
I'm fine.
I'm good either way.
Petra just shrugs and gets off the horse.
Everyone's indecision. Love it.
All right.
Works
Petra
great.
got off the horse. We're staying.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay,
Petra's
now
stubborn.
Petra's off the horse. Quick, run!
Yeah.
Now we'll actually have food again.
Nia's gonna open up her book on socializing, flip open to a page, read a little excerpt that she had previously read, close it, and then head over to the gypsies to find one that looks relatively in charge.
Okay, specifically one that's in charge?
One that looks like they're, I don't know, leader of the group, something, I don't know.
Okay. Then I need
No social awkwardness there whatsoever.
Then I need a perception check.
Let's go. Nat 20? 9.
So you look at the gypsies, they all pretty much seem to be self-managing from what you can tell. No one individual sticks out to you as being in charge. The way that
now-
it kind of appears to you particularly is that it looks like there may be several smaller groups that form the whole group. So, for example, each carriage seems to have its own little team that operates it, and each of those seems to have one person that kind of runs that.
And I will find somebody that looks less busy than the rest of them.
Okay, so you're just going to look for somebody that's not occupied? Okay.
Yeah.
So you go up to the first one that you see that doesn't seem to be too busy with the goings-on. They've already got all of their stuff set down. Their tents are mostly set up at this point. You can see that they're just basically pulling out what looks to be a deck of cards and setting up a table in front of them. As you walk over, and they immediately wave you over, a bright smile on their face, clearly very welcoming. And she says, "Welcome, welcome. We're glad to have you here. What can we do for you?"
Oh, I was just coming over to, see what was like up with your caravan and like where you guys were headed and like what you doing, because like we came up on you and then you just kind of kept pace with us, so figured I'd come say hi and see if anything interesting's going on, I guess.
She nods a bit, rather excitedly. "Well, we're heading to Puerto. Puerto's the main city nearby, don't you know?"
Did say it to you, Irish.
You have plans while there, I guess?
I said Irish.
"Of course!"
I said Irish.
What's your plans?
She kind of just spreads her arms and looks around. "We're here to have fun, obviously." And then she kind of taps her cards on her little table that she set up, and then she just swipes her hand out. And you can see all the cards spread out nice and evenly. This is very clearly a practice motion. And she goes, "Why don't you draw a card?"
Don't do it!
Mm-hmm.
I'll rent you out your money!
Okay.
Okay.
You will pick a card kind of at random.
Okay, I need you to roll a 1d20.
Seven. Lucky number 7.
Okay. Then let me go like this. So the card that you pick up is a strange looking card. You would not be familiar with it. It's not a card that's in the Fondinian culture, and you not being well traveled would not have seen this before. But it's a strange card that depicts a mage tower being struck by lightning, and the lightning is shattering the tower. And as you draw the card, she doesn't even see necessarily the card face itself, but immediately knows what card it is, and she goes, interesting. You picked a very interesting one. How about you keep it?
How is it interesting?
She just kind of swipes her hand across the cards again to scoop them all up, and she goes, "That card may save you one day. I suggest you hang on to it."
Okay, thank you.
And as this finishes up, Petra would be able to begin to smell all the different foods cooking. And as these gypsies are well-traveled, they are all from different cultures from across all of Nolia, so there are many, many different foods being cooked at the moment. So for Petra, this would be an absolute heaven. There are just all sorts of different treats being cooked. Some of them are sweet foods, some of them are savory foods. There's foods from other continents here.
Petra will just kind of like walk. No, not even walk. She just kind of just creep around, sniffing the air.
Petra just suddenly appears next to one of the people cooking food, and they look over at Petra, like wave to her, look back, and all the food's gone from what they were cooking.
That would make sense, yeah. You now have the card in your inventory, by the way.
Mystery card.
Yep, mystery card. If you want, you can link it in chat for everybody if you care to, but that's the card.
I'm gonna have to do research on a card now. I don't even know what this is.
But yeah, so for the rest of the night, the gypsies are all super welcoming. You're welcome to hang with them, to talk with them, to eat their food, enjoy their music, etc. They're all very welcoming.
Let me just...
I'll take part.
What's that?
Toby will take part. He'll also make some
Petra will
interesting
eat that much.
shiny baubles for them to keep, which seem
Okay.
to shed a nice little bright light.
Okay, so you're gonna create things for them? Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
Petra will eat that much food.
3 meals. Okay,
Yep.
then we need a Constitution saving throw from Petra.
Yay! Possible death.
It's like you
Why
want,
do I do this?
it's like you want death.
So for Constitution, you open up your card,
Oh,
and it's right at the
Okay.
top. You just hit
yeah, I
Constitution.
said that. Well, let's see if Petra dies today.
Nope, Petra's good. Yeah, so they're all very excited for the devices that you've made, Toby. And in exchange, they offer to let you look through some of what they have. They don't have anything that really stands out. It's mostly just, costume jewelry and makeup. But there is a single ring that seems to be a little bit more than just costume jewelry.
Cool. I'll look at the ring. Oh, what's this?
Okay, so the ring that you come across, let me see if I can get this here. Okay, so the ring that you look at is a silver ring, and it's got a very deep purple amethyst in it that has a crack in the back of the gem itself that creates an almost dragon eye looking effect on the gem itself. And it's set inside of a silver setting that has what are clearly carved scales around it, so that it almost appears like it is a dragon's eye on this ring.
Interesting. I'll take the ring and thank them kindly for it.
Okay, then I will give that to you as well. Let me go.
I'll go off and cast Identify on it for a ritual.
Okay, so you'll cast Identify. In that case, you can go ahead and identify the ring real quick.
Aye.
Do you understand how to do that?
No.
Okay, so in your inventory, there are, where it says an unidentified ring, there's the 3 dots. And if you click that and you click Identify at the bottom.
Yeah.
So you identify the ring as a ring of altered fate. The ring of altered fate, you know, is a cursed ring that has the power to alternate the courses of one's fate at will, but it has a nasty habit of overcorrecting afterwards. So once a day, you can add a 1d4 to any check or save, or you can automatically crit any attack roll you choose, and this can be applied retroactively. So if you attempt to do something and you fail, you can use this ring to succeed or to automatically crit an attack. But the cursed part of it is a little bit mysterious to you. You know that it's cursed, you don't know what the curse is. There's some sort of drawback to this ring, but that's unknown to you. The lore about this ring and the reason why you know that this ring is cursed is because it's a rather famous ring, and the reason why it's famous is because everybody that's used the power of this ring to alter their fate has had the worst luck for the rest of the day.
It's your choice.
We have in the group.
We have what?
Magic nerds.
I know. Just cast Identify on it.
Yeah, a bunch of magic nerds. Alright, let me check something here. Okay, so the gypsies themselves have a lot of fun late into the night, but they do eventually go to sleep. Are you guys going to sleep as well? Or are you setting up a watch? I will say that the gypsies do seem to have a rotating watch as well.
I'll still keep watch. I think it's always good to
Yeah,
have
I'll still
two
keep
vessels.
watch as well.
I'll
Okay.
take second watch.
I'll take the
Petra-
last watch.
Petra will just kind of curl up next to New.
Okay. So there will be a watch tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, you see that they only sleep for about 3 hours before they start packing up and heading out. It's not even dawn by the time that they head out. And unlike when they stopped and had, all of the music going and everything, the morning they were very respectful of everybody that was still asleep, and they just packed up quietly and hit the road. You see that they're heading in the same direction that you guys will be heading. But as they told you before, they're heading to the city of Puerto, which is not on your route. So at some point, you know that they will be splitting off, Whether or not you catch up to them again, who knows? With that being said, we will pass forward. At this point, we're going to say it's about 6 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's had their long rest. And I'm going to guess that you had your horses grazing as well, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. So, horses have been grazing. Everybody's eating breakfast. What are you having for breakfast?
Well, we had gypsy food for dinner, so
Correct.
Toby, are you making food for breakfast?
Yeah, I can make us breakfast.
Okay. What are you
And
making?
Petra is right behind him, staring at the back of his head, waiting for food.
No surprise there.
What are you making for breakfast?
I'll make some sweet oat biscuits, just a DC 5 again.
Okay. I'm trying to... You said DC 5, so that's an hour to cook and to eat. Total.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I would have started making that on the last watch when I was doing it, so
Okay.
they'll be ready when they wake up.
Okay. In that case, we'll say it's still 6 o'clock. Everybody woke up. There's immediately food. It takes about a half an hour to eat the food. Is anybody
takes-
doing anything before you take off? Okay, it takes everybody except Petra half an hour to eat the food.
I was about to say it.
It takes
Petra,
Petra half a minute to eat the food.
Basically.
Also, I don't know what's up with my Discord. Everything else seems to be working fine.
We just
Yeah, my Discord's struggling today.
what's up? Is it coming through Robotronic again?
Yep. It has been
Fun.
for like the entire time.
Yay.
Annoying.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. I have no idea why it's doing it. But we should still be able to continue going. Worst case scenario, I may have to request that somebody transcribes the chat. But so far, that hasn't been a problem.
Out of curiosity, was it because Jade went into this channel first and she possibly set it up from her area?
I have no idea. I don't know.
'Cause, you know,
Shouldn't be, because the channels in a Discord server are based off of what the server is set to. So, like, if I go into the server settings...
Yeah, I was having trouble earlier as well.
Oh, okay.
It's
fair enough.
it's something that's been troubling me for a while today, and I don't know what the cause is.
Cool. No, so I just thought, because I know on Fate, when you set up like a when you set up one of the random voice channels, it goes to the person, whoever joins is off of that person's IP, technically, wherever they are in the world.
Yeah.
Right,
I
but
didn't know
it can
it
also
was
be
like-
forced because of their nitro level too. But,
Oh, okay, cool. I just didn't know if that was a thing still with this as well. That was all.
yeah, no, because every once in a while we'll be in a chat and everybody goes starts going robotic, and the scythe will force it to someplace else.
Oh, okay, fair enough then. Yeah, it could be that.
So whatever is going on with Discord, it sucks, but it is what it is. But that being said, it's morning. You've all had your breakfast. Are you going to head out?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Gypsies are
Giddy up.
gone already.
The gypsies are gone already. You wake up. By the time you woke up, they were gone.
Petra's
Yeah,
a
they-
bit,
they
a
left
bit
in-
Yeah,
disheartened.
that was Neo in character being like,
Yes, new
That's
ever
weird.
observant. Yes.
Petra's a bit disheartened because they had good food.
They had good food in mass quantities of it.
Yup.
As she probably wakes up a little disheartened, I go, "Cookie."
Yep, and the cookie's gone.
Entire day improved. Cookie gone. Fingertips lost.
I need my fingers.
Toby
Oh, I
offers her the cookie, and then Petra just chomps down on the whole thing, hand and all, so that
Oh, I-
Toby's hand is in her mouth as she's chewing on the cookie.
All I can imagine is when Petra's hungry, she's the granny from Crudes.
Pretty much, yeah.
So basically, she's the granny from Cruise the whole time. Then.
All right, so you guys get up, you pack up everything, and you take off. Heading down the road, Again,
Where are we at the moment on the map? From what I can tell.
on the map, you are right before the fork that heads north towards Puerto.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And obviously you've been navigating, so you would know that. So you are almost to the border. You should reach it early today, if not, early afternoon. You begin to head out. You get to a fork in the road. But the fork seems wrong according to the map. According to the map, you're supposed to have a forward and a left. And the fork that you are looking at, both of them go right. But there's one that goes 90 degrees to the right and one that goes 45 degrees to the right.
Well, that makes no sense.
Petra will look at Toby, waiting for an answer.
Okay. Can I do the survival checks to make sure I'm going the right way?
You can.
If I use my cartographer's tools?
Go ahead. You've got a map with you, so I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. Okay, with a 20, you realize that some sort of magical illusion is distorting the area, almost like the field of view is being warped in the area, so the straight path would be the one that goes 90 degrees to the right. So you just go, this is really odd, but that's definitely the correct direction. So you turn to the right to go directly straight. And again, you just head down the road. Seems perfectly normal again once you pass that strange singular position. In fact, once you get about 50 feet down the road, looking back, you would see that the road behind you is perfectly straight.
Interesting.
So it was a one-way illusion of some sort.
That's suspicious. Do we want to investigate?
That's a trap.
That's probably the gypsies having a laugh.
Maybe we could check. We've got time.
I don't think we need to.
I'm gonna check.
Well, someone's curious as always.
And Petra will take hold of Amaranth's horse.
Eldritch Blast at Amaranth.
Okay, so are you going back to check it out, or no?
I'll wait, but she wants to go back and check it out, so I'll just wait.
Okay.
Boring.
Irrelevant.
Onward.
Are you going to go onward, or are you going to go back and check it out?
I'm gonna go back and check it out.
Okay. So you head back. What are you looking for specifically?
She's got a mouthful of food, sorry. It's like
So I want to
Petra in
detect
real life.
magic on it. Just to, like, maybe find out where the source could have been, what the source could have come from.
Okay. So you go up to it, and you stand right where you see the illusion. And standing inside of it, it's almost like fractured glass, the way that everything's distorted. Just by moving your head, things seem to shift in the world around you. And so you cast Detect Magic, trying to figure out what it could be. And you feel that off to one side, the magic has emanated from there. So you can feel that it's about 10 feet off of the road. Something is emanating magic from that direction.
Okay.
It's a magical rabid squirrel. It's going to jump out and
Maybe.
bite Amaranth's neck.
Could be.
I mean, I'll let people know. I think it's over this way.
You have fun.
Don't be so boring. Come on.
Okay.
There we go. Off we go.
Okay, I'll get off the horse and I'll go and help Amaranth with whatever it is. Just in the bloody freaking hedge.
I am a mage. I am
Petra- Petra will just sit there, roll her eyes.
So
Okay,
you
where
are
is it?
both now looking over in that area?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's the fucking gypsies.
Well, we don't know yet.
That's what we're looking. far.
What are you looking for?
No, yeah, I'm looking over in the. Do you want to do like perception check, see if we can see it's emanating from with like a little rock?
Well, you know, the force is changing, so I'm going to cause that.
Yeah, towards that source. Yeah.
Okay, so you walk in that direction, knowing where it's at, and give me a perception check. You can either both do it or one of you at advantage.
Oh, sorry. You can do it with advantage then, Emma.
Let's see what I get.
16.
Same as what I did.
All right. Well, you guys can pick who found it. No. Yeah, so you both are over there looking around, and you notice that there's a rock with a symbol carved on it, and the inside of the rock, it appears to be a geode with some sort of crystal inside of the rock itself, and the rune on it is very clearly a magical rune. The rock seems to be the source of the distortion.
Okay, well, I'm going to pick up the rock.
Okay, so I need a Constitution saving throw, or a wisdom saving throw.
Yay me.
Oh, we already know she's lacking on wisdom.
Shut up, you. Not that much.
No, that's Petra.
15 barely meets it. So as you pick it up, you can feel the rock attempting to do to your mind what it has done to the road. But you're able to kind of mentally fortify yourself and prevent it from doing that. It's very clear that this rock is meant to confuse or distort, and this could be either a trap or it could be used in a sense to confuse an enemy in battle or something similar.
Okay.
All right, we got the opposite of a healing rock. You can just throw that at somebody and smack, and then it fucks their mind up.
You alright there?
Yeah, this almost
A kaleidoscope. I'm not 5. Shapes and colors.
Gonna keep the rock. I'm gonna name him Rocky.
Okay, add it to your inventory and name it Rocky, I guess.
And Petra will be offended.
Oh, did you be offended? I don't know why, but hey-ho.
Rocky the Cursed Rock.
So are you taking it and leaving, or are you continuing to search?
I mean, I'll continue to search, because if this is the source, it's got to be something else that's causing it for them to go this way.
Okay. In that case, I need a survival check.
Ooh, what fun times.
It can be from either one of you at advantage.
Well, you have a high wisdom, so I would say you.
Yeah.
Okay, Toby immediately notices that with a 22, you immediately notice that there are heavy boot prints. From the gate and from the number of them, it's likely a platoon of soldiers have come to this area and set that rock up. Judging from the direction of the footprints, where both coming and going, it's likely that these were soldiers from the neighboring kingdom of Byralia. This was likely meant to cause trouble for the people of Puertia, who they are at war with.
Yeah, that's what I kind of guessed. Okay, yeah, it's obviously just something to cause annoyance. I take it you still want to keep the rock? Okay, cool. Well, someone's got Rocky.
Yep, someone has Pet Rocky.
Someone has Pet Rocky. And
Someone has Petra's name translated from Latin.
Yep.
So I'll head back. I'll just inform the group. It's just about obviously what it was and what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just get back on the horse.
Okay.
The gypsies said they were headed the other direction. Maybe we should see if they made it okay?
I'm sure they'll be
But-
fine.
Like, that's weird that somebody's setting up, I don't know, booby traps of some kind, I guess.
That's not weird at all. I just explained why.
Yeah, you have entered a war zone.
Yeah, we're in a war zone.
At this point, you
People
are
are trying to
within the
mess
war
up
zone.
Other sides. How's that strange?
Yeah, you're not currently in a battle theater, but you are in a war zone. You are near the border of two warring countries.
We got to make sure we stay within the right circle because we don't want to go out into the outer circle where the gas comes in. Okay.
Petra just blinks at Toby.
Now remember, if we get through this, winner, chicken dinner.
Dinner?
No, I can't promise chicken. I can promise dinner. I can't promise chicken.
Food is food.
Food is food.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll carry on.
Okay.
with
Amaranth's
down.
carrying on as well?
Yeah, I guess.
We
Okay.
sacrifice Amaranth?
No!
To Rocky?
Yes.
I knew him. I caught him, Rocky.
So yeah, carry on.
That's why you taste the best. But yeah, anyway, so you jump back on your horses. Also, I need to be fast forwarding time.
All right, me and Amaranth, Russian roulette. I touch the rock, you touch the book.
One time at band camp,
You can choose to hurt me. That's just mean. I don't like that.
I mean, the rock would try and hurt me. It's fair game.
I mean-
to hurt me or not.
I'm surprised you didn't have Petra touch the book.
I already touched it before. Please remember, actually, you already experimented me on touching the book. I touched the book and I almost died. I almost got hurt. So you've already done this to me before.
It sounds like she needs to touch the rock.
Yeah, you touched
what
the rock.
I heard here was she almost got hurt, so we need to try again.
No! Don't try to hurt me.
Petra will just kind of turn to everyone and say, "Shut up, eyes on the road."
I saw one baby and everyone's now got such a big deal about it.
You sell a baby and participate in cannibalism.
At least one of those is canonical.
Petra is glaring at the rest of the group at the moment.
He's looking at everybody's glutes. God damn
Which
it.
I don't know
Glaring
if the
at-
rest
Alright,
of the group
so,
even... Does the
moving
rest of
on.
the group even know that,
Shut-
that
shut-
happened with the cannibal book?
Shits.
Moving on.
Shits.
So, you guys hitch back up on your horses and off you go. It's about another 30 minutes or so when you cross the border and you enter into the kingdom of Byralia. At first, nothing super different. I mean, you know, it's you crossed a border, nothing of
No
interest.
checkpoint?
No
Uh,
instant biome change.
No instant biome change.
Oh,
But you get about another 10 minutes down the road, and you do come across a guard checkpoint. As you pull up, the guards, and there are many, are lining the walls of this fortification. And one of them steps forward and holds up his hand, and he goes, "Halt! What is your business?"
Niu will quickly start ruffling through her bag for the merchant's pass and be like, "We're just traveling merchants making our way through."
Okay. I need a persuasion check. At advantage, because you have the pass.
Persuasion. At normal, because I would normally have disadvantage? Question mark?
why would you not
Yeah.
have disadvantage?
18! Let's go!
Backstory reasons.
Ah, cool. Nice.
Yeah, so with a 23, he lowers his hand a little bit, and then he kind of waves you forward, but holds out his other hand to, take the documents from you.
Niu will hand them to him.
Okay, so he takes the documents, and he turns and starts walking away, but he also waves you forward, telling you to follow him toward the guard gate. And he's reading through the papers, flipping them over, checking the seals and everything as he walks you over. And he turns around, holds up the papers, kind of tips his head to you, and then knocks on the gate beside him with a hard slam, his metal gauntlet ringing out with a loud ka-chang each time. And then he goes, "Let him through!" and then you hear loud clunks and chinks and all sorts of clanging noises, and then the gate starts to rattle open, and the portcullis slowly goes up, and he makes sure you don't pass through too early, and in case of mishap. But the gate goes up, it gets secured in place, and then he steps aside, and he goes, "Have a good day."
Thank you, and
Petra,
we will
Petra
grab
will
the
give a
papers
respective
from him
nod.
and get back on the horse and everything.
Petra will
Sorry.
give the guard a respectful nod before ushering her horse forward.
Okay. So you make it to the checkpoint, get through it. The guards close everything up behind you. It's clear that they're on edge. They may or may not be expecting conflict soon, or they may have just ended conflict. Hard to tell, but they're definitely on edge. But you continue moving on. It's only about another half hour, 45 minutes after that, that you see off in the distance, there is a town. It is a large town, and it is a heavily fortified town. This town is on the very edge of this kingdom, and it is near a warring city, so it is quite heavily guarded. Even at a distance, you can see large siege weapons atop the walls, just gargantuan-sized crossbows or ballista. And you can see just men lining across the ramparts. It is very prepared to be attacked at any moment. As you approach it, you can see that there is a line of merchants waiting to get in through the front gate.
Oh, I guess this must be Pandila.
Does it have a gold pass for the plane too?
Yeah, from last time, we're gonna try go down the side, going past the merchants.
Okay.
Try and find the gold pass line.
Okay, so you're going to try and pass them? Okay, are you
Yeah.
passing on the left or the right?
Presume the right is what we did last time. Whatever we did last time, left
Okay.
or right.
Right. So you see this long line of people trying to get into the city. There's caravans and gypsies and traveling doctors and magicians and many, many merchants. And you go around the outside. You head all the way down towards the gate. And you come to another large portcullis. But this one has several portcullises together, offering essentially separate gates to enter through. You come up to one where there's nobody in front of you. Again, a guard steps forward and he stops you and he goes, "Halt! What are you doing?"
You will once again rummage in her bag, pull out the documents, and be like, "We're just merchants trying to get into the city."
Okay.
So we're gonna have news say multi-pass.
Lilu Dallas multipass.
So he takes the documents and he looks at it and he flips it over, pulls up your gold pass, checks it. You see, he kind of bends it to see how stiff it is, make sure it's legitimate. It's not just something you tried to fake for him. But then he does something that you haven't seen so far yet, which is he sets it off to the side on this table, closes the top of the table on it, and you can see magical runes start riding across the top of the table. Toby will be able to read these runes and tell that the runes are actually deciphering the pass itself to check for any sort of illusions or anything like that cast upon it. But after the guard seems satisfied,
with the coin?
Yeah, it's a similar idea as what happened to the coin. But in this one, it's runes instead of what looked like a Rubik's Cube, essentially. But once the guard appears satisfied, he hefts open this rather heavy lid, takes the documents, hands it back to you, and he goes, "What wares have you got?"
Well, we normally carry a stock of, magic supplies and, culinary things, but we're currently traveling a little light. We recently had a windfall of sorts that got rid of a lot of our stock.
What? Somebody call me? What?
I said windfall, not Windsor.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. I'll go back to sleep.
So he nods for a moment and he kind of looks between all of you, notices your lack of carriage, cart, caravan, and he thinks for a moment, And he goes, well, without that, I don't know that we can let you in, but give me a minute. And he goes to the guard gate, and you can see he's talking to somebody. You would imagine that this is his superior. But he's talking to somebody through some sort of gated window. He talks to him for a moment, comes back, and he nods to you, and he says, all right, we can let you through. Walks you over to the gate, and he knocks on it, doing 3 taps, and then a pause, and then 2 taps. And you can hear, again, large cranking noises and machinery and the chains rattling behind as the portcullis goes up. And you enter into the city of Penaldea.
Yay, that's right.
Do you say that out loud? So we're all like, did you not know where we were going?
Obviously, I knew where we were going. I just like to be accomplishments in what I do. God.
Did we come
Okay.
in from the gate on the left or the right?
You will have come in from this gate here.
Got it.
Okay.
Presume as we come in, we can see that like gold building just like here is probably a guild hall.
You can see that, yep. So as you enter in through this large portcullis, you can see a massive road in front of you. It's very wide. This city deals with a lot of trade going through here. And you can see straight down the main way there is a large building with yellow roof tiles. You're not quite sure if they're sandstone or what, but they're clearly imported. They're not from this area, especially as every building around it has clay roof tiles. It's very
I've got
apparent that this is an expensive building.
I've got a question.
Okay.
So it's part Colas. What's the rest of it made out of?
The rest of it is made out of shut up. No.
Oh, no way.
I couldn't resist.
That's
But yeah, so you notice that. You also notice that there are, directly across the street from that, there is a fighters guild and what appears to be a rather large inn in the area.
Cool.
And those are very apparent right towards the center of the large city there. You can't see further past that at first, but as you're coming into the city, you notice that even beyond that, there are what appear to be more guilds. It's almost as if this is like a recruiting town of sorts, or because of the fact that, this is in a warring zone, it's likely that it attracted these guilds here for fame and fortune.
That means I can get money.
Yes, there's plenty of
Alright.
street corners.
Plans?
I'm not a prostitute.
I wouldn't
Okay, I'll
mind
head to
checking out
the sandstone
these
building
guilds.
myself.
Okay. So you go up to it, and you don't really see any particular signage, but there is what's universally often, a merchant symbol, which is large scales with, with merchandise above them, or what appears to be some sort of coinage above one side. So it's clearly some sort of merchant hall or registry of some sort.
Sweet. I'm assuming we probably still need to register in this land as well now.
So I take it you're going to go inside?
Well, before I go inside, I'm waiting for everyone else. I don't
Okay.
see what they're doing.
I'm gonna look around to see if there's any other guild hoods because I need to get some money, so I want to see if I can work.
Well, hopefully we might be able to get a few jobs in here.
Okay, we can go and look in here. Okay, we will go and look in here.
Okay. Well, since Amaranth doesn't want to go and look in there, I guess the rest of us will.
Since it's what Amaranth doesn't want to do, let's all do it.
That's right.
Yeah, I said I did want to do it.
Hey, look, over there's an orphanage.
Yeah, selling. Human trafficking, yeah.
Okay.
What do you want me to say, guys? Come on.
Yes, I'll find the stables of Odysseus around the
Easy
back
meals.
around the
That's
side.
what you should have said.
So you go looking for stables, and at first you don't see them, but then you find a small gate on the back, and through there you are able to find that they do have a stabling area. Once again, there seems to be some sort of valet. As you pull up, he steps off along with several other people, all prepared to take each of your horses, and they all bow to you and hold out their hands for the reins.
Get off and give my reins to him.
Petra will try to reach up to give them the reins. She's short.
Well, all of them are standing on the ground, reaching out for the reins. And being as they're bowed over, they would bend. Essentially, the hand would be out at Petra's eye level, so should be able to give them the reins. So they take the horses, lead them off, and you guys are free to head inside.
Just before he leads him off, the one that I gave my one to, I'll give him a gold and tell him to look after all these horses for us. Well,
Okay. So as you give him the gold, he reaches up and smiles at you, and that's when you realize that his mouth has been magically sealed.
Damn.
That's not much of a smile, then, is it?
No, his lips are still there, and he's able to fully express, but you can see the seam that would normally be there is too shallow. It doesn't go all the way through.
Lovely.
So that being said, I need a perception check from all of you.
Oof.
Oh, not that one. That
Yep,
one.
Petra's not perceiving anything.
Petra's like, that's a person. A few of you are doing well enough. So those of you that rolled above 15 will immediately be able to identify that these are not valet, these are stable slaves.
Oh. That upsets me.
You shouldn't be upset because you fucking sold a baby.
Right, we're off to a great start in this
I like
town.
to keep adding, once again, the woman who had the baby abandoned her baby.
I'm heading.
That doesn't
they
make you
pick up.
selling it any more okay.
Yes, but at least that baby is going to grow up to be a sailor.
So
Like,
Toby's going in.
Yeah, well, this
Throw
one
the
bigger
baby
than I'm
over the water and let it drown.
shaking my head.
No, when you
Okay.
fight your battles, Windsor walks behind Toby.
Okay. So is everybody going in, or are people staying out to bicker?
Seeing Toby and Windsor go, Mew will quickly follow, being that she's the one with all the proper documents that they'll need to have if they do actually have to register in this country too.
Good idea.
Petra will just walk around aimlessly looking for a restaurant, general food places.
Windsor
Okay.
will inquire about the spell on these stable boys and see if we can somehow have it transplanted to Petra.
Just get her nose sealed up so she can't smell the food.
Do we know how they
Very
eat? How do they eat?
Through their nose.
They do reverse eating, like in South Park.
That's
Okay.
terrifying.
I don't like the thought
legitimately
of that.
never seen South Park.
You
They
don't.
they
I have-
eat through the other end. Anyways,
Yeah.
moving on.
Quickly.
So yeah, quickly, very quickly. So you go inside the building. It's very opulent. Again, it is a merchant's hall of sorts. I don't believe anybody has read this chapter in the merchant's book, so most of what you're looking at is kind of, you're able to decipher it in the context of what you know, but you don't have any further context than you otherwise would. That being said, you don't know the name of the Merchants League here, you don't know who runs it, or if there's any special etiquette, so you walk up to the bar, where you see that there is somebody sitting behind it,
We're
and
about to learn a
I
life lesson.
turn to Nu and go, so what does the book say?
Mew will quickly pull out the book and start looking through the table of contents or something for anything indicating information on like this country's mercantile things specifically.
Okay, so you're gonna look for that?
Yep.
Then I need... Let's see, you're flipping through the pages as quickly as you can. I'm gonna say give me a...
Well, she's looking through the like table of contents or whatever.
Yeah, give me an investigation at advantage, since you mentioned looking at the table of contents. Okay. So you don't find what you're looking for at first, but you do notice that there is a chapter on different behaviors for different countries, but it doesn't specifically name this country. So you flip there, and then flipping through several pages, you're able to find the excerpt on what is called the Byralian Markets, which is a free market. You are not required to register.
Oh, nice. We apparently don't have to spend any gold to register here. Does the book provide more information?
It does, which is if you are caught selling goods without paying taxes, then you can be beheaded. So if you sell anything while you are not required to register yourselves, you are required to pay a sales tax on everything that you sell. So that being said, if you were to sell anything in this town as a merchant, then you are required by law to pay a tax on that item to the city. This tax you can either by yourself take receipts to the merchant's hall here and drop off said receipts along with whatever your tax value is, or a guard can approach you or your caravan or any stalls that you have set up and demand to see that you either have paid your taxes already via some sort of receipt, or you must pay the guard the taxes then, or you can be charged with the crime of tax treachery, is what it's called in this kingdom.
All right,
That's how you get around,
we should probably avoid selling things here at all possible. We should let Amaranth know this is a great place to sell anything she needs to get rid of, though. Comedy retract.
I was like, you know what? And I'm just gonna put my middle finger up at you guys and be like, seriously, like, what the fuck?
There is an excerpt that is a bit of a warning here, which is that the kingdom of Byralia is one of the countries on Nolia that not only participates in slavery, but has an active human trafficking commerce.
I don't want to hear shit from any of you motherfuckers.
I was just literally like, all right, I'm not going to let Amaranth know that part.
It's low-hanging fruit at this point, alright? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so it is...
Yeah,
it
but you
is-
put yourself in that hole.
I took the baby off of him have it. I rest my case.
Now, with the
I'm
fact
doing
that
my
you rolled a
muffin.
21, I will also add that there is a little blurb on there that mentions that you can read more about what in the book is defined as the do's and don'ts of this particular kingdom. And if you care to read that, there's more information about the slave trade.
Definitely reading it.
Okay?
This
So...
just says do's and don'ts. Like, it's to know information.
Yeah, so the very first thing that it says is do not leave the country with a slave that you have purchased, because if you do and you enter into a country that does not allow slavery, you will be executed on the spot. Unless you are able to prove that, you are not engaging in slavery. The second thing is that if you commit a transgression of any value against any single person or the government itself, that you could potentially, if you are unable to pay whatever fines are levied your direction, or if prison time is required for whatever crime you commit, you potentially could be branded as a slave as well.
Guards,
So-
this tiefling stole my purse! Oh, retract.
What the fuck, man?
Exactly. So if you commit crimes in this kingdom, or if you personally insult somebody enough, then you could potentially see yourselves in a very similar situation as the stable hands.
Right. So I vote we do what we need to do and move along as quickly as possible. I don't particularly think anyone here wants to, get sold into slave trade, except maybe Amaranth.
You
So
No, Amaranth
Right.
wants to be the slaver.
I'm gonna write in my. I'm gonna write new. I'm gonna write.
Just writing everybody's
like-
names.
Petra's not there. I would say.
Dad.
This is the other grocery store. General store.
Petra's not even said very much to Amaranth. She just glared.
You know
Well,
what?
you're little, but you don't have to say a lot.
That's true.
No, just all the cannibalism and selling babies and eating babies. And
Petra doesn't.
other
Petra doesn't understand stuff.
I also like that about necromancy. I then returned the book back to necromancy. So nobody fucking knew a book about evil.
knew, and the whole of the library knew.
Yep, the whole library knew.
And as soon as I found out, I returned the book.
New doesn't know that. As far as she knows, you read it.
Is there any? Is there like a jobs board in here at all?
Inside the Merchants Guild or the Byrolian Markets headquarters, there does not appear to be one here. But you, having read the book, would know that they do offer for you to do work for the markets themselves. It's typically related to transporting goods, but they also have things such as helping out with the shops, delivering goods between shops in cities, things like that.
Yeah, I don't really. want to
I will
think
point
about
that out and be like, if we can get a job transferring goods to like the next place we're going, that could be some easy cash.
it. Oh yeah, it could be.
I mean,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
looking for a job anyway. You know.
I mean, the next town will probably Bellow. That's not right. Bellow?
So the next town that you would see would be Bellow, yes.
Yeah. Major city. So this town would probably want to transport to Bellow because it is a major city.
Fine.
Okay. Well, you go wood.
Okay.
Alright, if you're gonna handle that, Toby.
That's Amaris.
What?
Amaris is gonna go first.
Oh.
She's got charisma. And...
In the meantime, Petra has found food.
Yay!
She goes to the tavern that is directly across from the Merchants Guild, behind the Fighters Guild. And upon going inside, she sees a whole crew of mercenaries.
Oh no.
Why? Oh no!
Uh,
What's
Quick,
that
no,
Poppy.
noise?
Yeah, because the mercenaries
Anyways-
are looking at a picture that had
Anyways,
Petra with a reward.
Petra
in it.
walks in. The mercenaries appear to be celebrating something. Something, seems to have happened that's made them happy. I need a perception check from Petra. So, as you enter in to the tavern, you're able to quickly identify that you know these mercenaries. It's Bricksal's gang, from when you guys were on your way to Welton. The ones that had the ring that the merchant paid them to steal.
But those ones, the ones that we said we were going to try and sneak in and attack, and we are like, maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe
Yes.
we should just wade our way
Yes.
out of that.
Yes.
And Toby broke the deal. I have you know.
Yes.
Yes, but I
No,
thought you
no,
were-
he
Well,
didn't. Toby,
yeah.
Toby didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, Toby
was
wasn't there.
Well,
yeah,
upon-
just hit him.
Upon realizing that those are the same mercenaries, she will approach,
Okay.
kind of waving at them.
Okay. So they all seem to be celebrating something. And as you approach, Brixall, the leader of the mercenary crew, sees Petra and immediately waves her over, recognizing her from a few months ago. And he goes, "Hey, Petra, haven't seen you in ages. How you doing?"
I'm doing okay. There's a lot going on.
And he kind of nods a bit, and then he, knocks his drink down on the table, and then turns to one of the bar wenches, and he goes, "Oi, wench! Fill her up!" and kind of just waves in Petra's direction. And the wench immediately runs off, comes back almost too fast. And in her arms, she's carrying a large platter that has an entire cooked pig, as well as a large pint of ale in her hand. And she comes over and she sets him down on the table. And again, you can tell her lips have been magically sealed. She's unable to speak. So she simply bows and walks away from the table after setting down the food and drink.
It's definitely not enough food.
No.
An entire pig, not enough.
So after the food's set down and the tavern slave girl walks away, he turns to Petra and he goes, "What you been up to, love? Haven't seen you forever."
Well, we've been up to a lot. I mean, I got really hurt a while ago. Like, really hurt.
And as you mentioned being hurt, his brow kind of furrows and he goes, "You alright then?"
Yeah. I'm alright. Just kind of smile.
He nods a little bit, kind of sensing that this isn't a topic she wants to talk about too much. And he just kind of claps her on the back a little bit and he goes, "Well, eat up. We've got plenty to go around today."
Yep. Petra will proceed to eat as much as she fucking can.
But yeah, so they seem to be celebrating. He's slowly getting more and more drunk. All of his mercenary crew seems to be drinking heavily as well. It's clearly something has gone in their favor. And after he's had a bit to drink, he turns to Petra again, and he goes, "Finally got paid for a job we did a while back. Things are going well.
What kind of job?
I
She'll
had
ask
to rough up
twice.
some slave trader out of Byralia. Ha, bloody good time."
How'd that go?
Lost a lot of good men, but the job got done. Bloody person that paid us to do it took damn near 5 months to pay us, but here it is. And he lifts up a big bag of gold and slams it down on the table. And the entire table actually tilts with the weight of the bag. It is a massive bag of gold. He got paid quite a lot.
Petra will just kind of give an approving nod.
Okay, and we're going to leave that there for the moment and go back to the people at the Merchants Guild. What is everybody doing there?
I'm gonna go off to try and see if we can get some work to transport some goods to the next town.
Okay.
I'm gonna head out to the Fighters Guild.
Okay.
New's gonna go investigate what other guilds are around and hopefully find another mages guild.
Okay. So for New, I need a perception check to see if you can find it. As for Bex, you find that there are
Shit.
you find that there are several contracts that are not necessarily on a board, but there's almost like it looks like one of those island counters that you would see at like in the real world post office, for example. And essentially there's just contracts laid out on this table that you can walk up to and you kind of just read over them to see what the goods are. Most of the goods are too heavy for your group. They will require a cart. There are a few small goods that can be transported. So there is the option that you can attempt to get a cart in this town to carry more so that you can do this contract, or you can look at the smaller stuff.
I'll look at the smaller stuff.
Okay, so looking at the smaller stuff, there are a few contracts there. The highest paying one is to transfer a magical artifact that is only about the size of an apple, is what the description says. It specifically states that the nature of the object is to remain unknown and that there will be a magical security check at the beginning and end of the trip to ensure that you have remained ignorant of the contents the entire way. Basic security stuff. And for that one, if you were to make the entire trip with the object, you would be paid 25 gold.
Okay, cool. 1 second, I've just got Toby staring at me because of my curiosity of wanting to know what's in the magical box, but I can hold it.
I was confused as to why I was getting a +1 for my perception rolls, only to remember that I have fucking proficiency in it.
Yeah.
Well, the magical one makes the most sense because we are magic arcana, and I think like food. So that's the best one for us to take. Or just, is there any other ones just to check?
Yeah, so there are several of them that are smaller things. There's general courier services, so you can pick up a certain amount of packages and you're paid by the weight of the package that you take. And it lists many different packages, all of different sizes and of different weights. The largest one that your horse would be able to carry is a single cubic foot and under 60 pounds.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, the one with the magical contract, where are we meant to be taking that to?
So that one is to be delivered to the town of Santis. And Santis is along your route. However, it is a few days' journey on your route. So you would be guarding this magical artifact as well as transporting it for several days.
But it would still take us closer. It doesn't mean we can't stop in the town of Bellow
Correct.
and make base there, but it means then it gets us closer to where we need to be, and it gets us on a narrow, straight route. Yeah, I mean, I'll take that one and see who I need to speak to. I'll read it further and see if there's anyone I need to speak to take the contract.
So you are not with New. New would be aware of it, but you don't see what you do with the contract. It's just a piece of paper as far as you can tell.
Well, I'm going to pick up that piece of paper and take it with me.
Okay. So you take the contract with you, and that's the contract for the magical artifact, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you pick that up and you take it with you. Where are you heading?
Heading out to see if there's a main skill, because that's where we know that New would go.
Okay. In that case, you need to do a perception check, and while you do that, Toby is going to the Fighters Guild. What's he up to? You're not. Your mic's muted.
I
forget. Sorry. But just before I head out, I'll ask Windsor if he wants to join me to the Fighters Guild and see if we got any sort of slightly more interesting contracts to do.
Yeah, I was planning on going there too, so yeah, I'll follow.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah. Well, me and Windsor will head to the Fighters Guild.
Okay. So the pair of you go to the Fighters Guild. You're looking for work.
Well, I'll ask Windsor on the way. What are you looking for then?
Let's just see what they offer, if anything. Maybe work, wagers, we'll see.
Yeah, fair enough. Sounds good. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll head there, see if they got any like contracts to like hunt wild wolves or some crazy shit like that.
Okay. So you go into the Fighters Guild, and now you see a notice board like you were initially looking for. Several different generic quests off to the side. You go over to look at them, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing that stands out is there's a large flyer saying that the guards are hosting a fighters tournament and that the winner gets 25 gold.
Looks interesting.
The tournament itself is held in 3 days. Then there's a few other jobs. One of them is that there seems to be an issue with wild dogs at night sneaking around inside of the city. They're not necessarily sure of where exactly the dogs are coming from. You would need to hunt down the dogs and kill them or get them out of the city somehow. Then, of course, they offer for you to pay for sparring sessions in case you want to get some practice in. They also are willing to pay for you to fight some of their stronger fighters, and then they pay you based on your performance, as the stronger fighters also need somebody to spar with, because obviously sparring with the weaker people isn't going to help them out very much. There is a contract to help defend an encampment that is back up the road from where you came. And then there is a flyer there that's kind of worn, partially ripped. It looks a little older. It mentions that they are planning on doing a raid of the nearby village on the other side of the border. And it says that you're welcome to pillage, plunder, take whatever it is that you want from this village, and that all residents are fair game for slave. If you happen to find somebody that you can take alive, they're yours to keep, essentially.
That's a lot.
What was that?
Was that it? Just making sure.
Yes, that is it.
Okay, cool. Turn to Windsor and go. Probably best not get involved in the war right now.
Probably, yes.
Yeah, most of the stuff there is going to be related to the war. This is very much an active war zone.
What do you reckon on tournament though? Or do you not really want to hang around for 3 days?
Well, we'll see if the rest want to hang around for that long. But being paid to be somebody's sparring partner sounds most efficient.
Yeah, sounds like could be a good bit of a test of our skill as well.
Yes.
Or maybe
Petra
to
just
see what our
smashed good.
weaknesses are. Petra might enjoy some of that as well, you know? Let out a little bit of
Yeah.
her rage, maybe.
Literally.
Shut up, you're not here. Yeah, what do you think?
Let's go inquire about being sparring partners.
Sounds good.
Okay. And then we'll have you do that in a minute.
Hi.
New was looking around for a Mage's Guild and rolled an 11. So what you've managed to find in your searching is you found an alchemy shop. You found a smithy. Found a carpenter. And you found the Eastern Gate.
You
like
will
that
stop
the-
at that alchemy shop.
Okay.
I like that the Mages Guild might be like right here.
See,
Might
I
be
see
where?
that building there, and this building here with purple
this
roofs,
one.
and I'm assuming it's one of them.
So this one here is the alchemy shop that you ran into. Amaranth rolled a 4 and ended up back at the Western Gate that you guys came in.
Yeah.
So she came out, got disoriented, and walked back the way she came, essentially.
She's like, see, I'll just wander, see if I can find her at the same time as looking around at stuff.
Yep. You don't find her. You walk the opposite direction.
I'll see if there's a guard who can, maybe point me to something that is similar to a Mage's Guild or closest to a Mage's Guild.
Okay. So you walk up to one of the guards at the gate,
Yeah.
and they will have recognized that you came in with one of the Gold Pass merchant caravans. And with that, he's going to show a little extra respect. And he doesn't salute you or anything, but you can see he stands up a little straighter as you approach. And he goes, "Something I can help you with, Mum?"
Yeah, if you don't mind, do you have anything like a mage's guild or something that's maybe relatively close to it at all?
And he nods a little bit as he's listening, and he goes, "Absolutely. So you go down the street here, and you take your first right past the Fighters Guild, straight down the street. It's right outside the guard barracks."
First on the right where the Fighters Guild is, it's right on to the barracks. Okay, thank you.
And he nods, and he says, "Have a good day."
You too, ta-ta.
So the direction he gave you is to go down here to the Fighters Guild and turn right, which will lead you to this building here.
Cool, that's where I'm gonna go.
Okay. Give me just a moment here.
And I'm gonna hope I meet New there because
Uh,
hopefully she has better direction than I do.
New went into the alchemy shop.
Yep.
And Petra is still talking to Brixel.
Yep.
Toby and Windsor are dealing with the Fighters Club. So that being said, Petra will start up there and just work down the list of players. Petra, what is Petra up to?
Well, first things first. Gotta roll that. God motherfucking damn.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
she's got no problem eating today.
Nope. She will just kind of be talking to Brixel, kind of talking briefly about what they kind of did after they had left. After, them fighting the merchant's caravan.
Mm-hmm.
She will not go into a lot of detail, but she will say that they've gotten into scuffles here and there and have been, just kind of traveling around,
Mm-hmm.
and that she's the head of their little merchant group.
Okay. So he'll have been listening. Obviously, he's a bit sloshed. But he'll actively listen. He'll commentate here and there. Reminiscing as good friends do. But at the end of it, and again slightly drunk, he'll say, "Well, I'm glad you're doing all right. Oh, God, I'm pissed at this point. A bit too much of the drink, I think." And then as he says that, he lifts his mug for another big swig, and then he sets it down and he goes, "Job paid well, but I feel sorry for the lad. Way in over his head he was."
Who?
What was that?
Who?
He'll look at his drink for a minute, and he goes, Somebody trying to get in the slave trade in a town that doesn't permit it. Didn't go well. Kidnapped some noble's daughter. He didn't even stand a chance."
Where was this?
As you ask that, he's taking another drink, sets it down, he goes, "Oh, it's way back. Let me think. Must have been somewhere south of Terlura. Don't quite remember where."
And then she'll start kind of listing off names of places that she's been
Okay.
south.
I need a persuasion check then. We'll just make it all one big persuasion check. Yeah, so you list off a bunch of names, but he doesn't seem to recognize any of them.
Well, I bet you got them good, though.
He kind of chuckles a bit and he goes, I wasn't there. Had some of my boys take care of it. I was busy off on another job. But lost a lot of good men that day.
She nods, kind of understanding what that feels like.
Yeah, it's clear that now that he's had a bit to drink, his celebration, he's clearly still happy to have gotten such a large reward, but you can see the loss of his men is weighing heavily on him. Okay, so moving on from Petra again. Toby! What is Toby up to?
Both me and Wins are going in to inquire about being sparring people
Okay.
for their higher fighters.
Who are you inquiring to?
Well, I'll head inside and see who's the best to inquire to. You know, is there a front desk, so on and so forth.
Okay. So you go inside the main hall, and it's fairly disorganized for being a guild, that is. But there's a clear counter off to one side with a rather rough-looking old man sitting behind it. He doesn't seem much the welcoming type, but he's also not openly hostile.
Look over him and look at Windsor and go, that's the level 20 fighter, don't piss him off. I'll head over there.
Okay, so you head over there, and you can see he's like halfway dozing off. He's clearly bored of the paperwork.
Excuse me, sir.
So he kind of looks up from his nodding off, and he goes, "Oh, what can I do for you?"
Me and my big friend here were looking at testing some of your more experienced fighters in sparring.
He looks between the two of you and starts laughing, and as he does, he kind of leans back, and you can see, even through his armor, this guy's rather built. He's not somebody to be taken lightly. And after a few moments of wheezing laughter, he looks back at the two of you and he goes, "What? The two of you twigs?"
I mean, I wouldn't call him a twig, looking at Windsor.
Oh, I'm a twig. I'm 6'7" and 200 pounds, so I'm very twiggish.
Not that big.
So he calls over one of the men. You hear him call out, but it's a name in a language that you don't recognize. But it becomes very apparent who he's calling to, as a very big man steps around the corner, and you come face to face with a Goliath.
I'll look and then remember Goliath. Right, yeah, look up. Hi.
Toonie bisexual.
Yeah.
Toby bisexual confirmed.
Right? So, he steps around the corner and he looks at the two of you, and then he looks at the dude behind the counter who called him. And they begin conversing in a language that you don't understand.
Are you sure?
Do you speak Goliath?
Speak giant.
He does not speak giant, he's speaking Goliath.
I didn't know if it was the same language, actually.
No.
Pretty sure. Is it not? Is
No,
Goliath
it's
an
like-
actual whole separate language, or is giant actually Goliath?
I'm pretty sure they have their own separate language, don't they?
I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm pretty sure they just speak giant, because they're technically descendants of giants.
Let me check.
They're speaking
The
French.
language of the Goliaths is Golka. According to the Forgotten Realms Ricky, it's Golka, which is their language.
I
So,
don't
no.
know. I didn't know if that was giant. So, no, fair enough. Maybe I pick
but
up.
yeah. So they're speaking in Golka.
Okay. Cool.
So you don't necessarily understand what they're saying, but the Goliath kind of laughs a bit, and then he turns to the two of you and in comedy goes, "Right, I'll fight both of you."
at the same time?
He kind of laughs at the
Again,
proposition and the idea of fighting you one-on-one, and he goes, "Of course, I'm twice your size."
He would not have fun with Petra.
Okay. You fancy that, Windsor?
Sure. What are the ground rules?
He kind of looks confused when you say ground rules, and then he looks to the dude behind the counter, who kind of laughs at the confusion, and again they go back and forth in Golka, and the Goliath seems confused at first, and then it starts to make sense, and then you see it click, because he's used to just fighting until somebody stops fighting, and so he thinks for a moment, and then he looks at you, and he goes, "How about a bit?"
I thought we were just getting paid. Depending on how long we can keep you entertained, I'm guessing.
Ha! That's boring. Bet.
Oh, I think my friend here means that I presume you mean non-lethal combat rather than obviously lethal combat.
He nods, accepting what you're saying, but then he goes, "Bet."
Fancy a bet then?
Sure.
Okay. What's the odds?
He thinks for a minute, and you can see that the thinking is not going well for him. And then he just holds up fingers and starts putting fingers down and holding them up and putting them down. And it's clear that he's pretending to know how to count, and then he just holds up all of his fingers.
10 to 1?
He just holds his fingers up higher.
I think he means 10 to 1. What do you reckon, Menzo?
Let's the captain or the whatever the man, his friend, and look at him. For
He's
explanation.
shaking his head to the Goliath, and he goes, the best we can do is 3 to 1.
3 to 1 that we beat him.
He nods.
Fancy some of that?
Sounds good.
Fair
Okay.
enough. How much are we putting down?
Well, I've got 5 gold.
Well, I got a bit more than 5 gold. But how much do you reckon we want to put down?
Up to you. How much you're willing to lose?
I could do a 30 gold bet. Can you do a 30 gold bet?
Talking to me or the manor?
I'm talking to the guy behind the desk.
He shrugs and he says, "I've got a whole guild. We can do it all." That's not what he sounds like, but you get the idea.
I get the idea, yeah. Fair enough. 30 gold then.
Okay,
So
dokie.
he holds out a tray, and you can see it's got like a little insert section for putting a label on it. But he sets the tray out in front of him, and then he goes, "What name am I putting down?"
What do you reckon? The merchant company?
No, I should probably keep them out of this.
Oh, okay, fair enough then.
So Windsor and Toby.
Yeah, Windsor and Toby.
Bowman and half orc.
Wait a minute, what's your last name, Windsor?
Molmoth.
Molith.
Molian Shark?
There we go. Sounds good.
There you go then. I'll do.
Okay, you said Molian shark?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me write that down.
Dice.
Vulcan Iron Man. There we go.
Okay. And with that, we're gonna take a quick break.
Yeah, nice.
So 10, 15 minutes, use the restroom, do whatever you need.
I need to refill my water. I like water.
Good. Water's good for you.
It is. And I have dice. Oh my goodness. Imagine how hard they would laugh if Petra approached for the fight. File.
Hmm?
Wanna see what my screen looks like?
I'm having enough trouble as is. I keep having you guys like completely cut out.
Would you like to see what my screen looks like?
Yeah, no, I heard you. I'm saying I'm having enough time just with voice. Trying to watch somebody's stream at the same time is probably not a good idea.
No, I'm not saying I'm not gonna stream it. I'm just gonna send you a screenshot.
Oh, okay, then yeah, sure.
This is my entire screen once it sends. Don't mind the Word document. That's just there.
Yeah, this is what mine looks like. You ready?
No.
Here you go. Hold on.
Well, to be fair, you have 4 screens. I only have 2. Isn't it weird that I think Petra would have a fun time bowling?
No, not really.
Ball go down lane, pins go boom. She'd have a good time. Making a little dice tower. Hey. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't like those dice.
Oh, whoops.
Well, why not? Fine.
Here we go.
Goliath Barbarian, how going?
Yeah, so now you at least know what class you're up against.
Oh goodness, barbarian versus barbarian. That'll be fun. 100%, because I'm 100% getting Petra to fight. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
That I don't care for either.
What?
Also, holy shit, your screen. What the fuck?
I have plenty of space.
I don't have enough. But at least I have the map, the Word document, and a pterodactyl for some reason.
Makes sense.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, we can hear you roll, and it tells us you're privately rolling. That's kind of annoying, actually.
Good to know. Okay.
I guess it's so different than the old days with the DM rolling behind the screen.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. You guys know I'm rolling, you just don't know what I'm rolling.
Defile, I stacked my D20.
You're like real life D20?
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
Yeah, look.
What happened to the D20? I just got back.
Nice.
I stacked them.
I see you have dice now.
Yes. I showed you this yesterday.
You have a problem.
Fucking goblins.
Yeah, you're my problem.
I am not a problem.
There we go. My face is ugly, it will break your screens. You don't want to see it. Eh. Besides, I kinda need them for future endeavors.
So,
What
Torin,
the fuck is that?
Dice rolls.
Torin, what do you reckon tactic-wise? I distract him with the Thunder Fists, and you come in from behind and try and do as much as you can with advantage?
Sounds good.
Okay.
You know, it's funny, Petra could probably tell you the best way to beat him.
But you're not there.
Nope. I don't think anybody- Nobody
don't
knows. Yeah, Petra doesn't
knows
know
wherever you are. That's why we didn't want to give you the card.
Mm,
Much
that's why you-
elemental damage as possible.
That's why you put a bell on Petra.
No, we didn't. We want you to. We haven't done it yet.
Yeah, that's why you do it. I know I know you guys haven't done it yet, but that is why you should do it.
I think I should look into like ethereal leashes to see if that'll work.
How would it work to roll against that?
Oh no, darling! I do it to you whilst you're asleep. You don't know you're leashed.
Yeah, but it'd be incredibly weird for Toby to be over Petra while she sleeps.
Oh, I mean, technically speaking, everybody's over you.
True.
I dislike you guys.
Haha, short joke.
Sorry, I'm not lying.
Hey, Bex,
Mm-hmm.
can you slap him for me?
Gladly. There we go. That was fun.
She doesn't need an excuse.
I don't need an excuse. we've gotten to the point in our relationship where we're like, "What up, slut? Ow! What? Touch me."
Mid stretch, and then someone goes and pokes you in the
Like,
side.
no, you got me on my vacation, dumbass.
I'm gonna really quickly go fill up my water after a couple of days away. It's like half empty, so it's not gonna take me long. Water.
Alright, who is everyone back?
As far as I know, I think Jade just went to get.
Yeah, Jade went to get more water.
Okay.
Zoe's the only one I haven't heard from.
I said I was back a while ago.
Yeah, she did say. She did hear.
Oh, I got her muted. Never mind.
Wow.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
That's everybody.
Okay, so everybody's here? Bex?
Yes.
Jade?
Hmm?
Toonie?
Jawohl.
Torin?
Hoi hoi.
Zoe?
Yep.
Okay, good. So they have just accepted a fight with a rather giant man. So what is New doing?
Having gone into the alchemy, she will try and look for the proprietor of the shop.
My God.
Okay, yeah, as soon as you walk in, you immediately identify the person behind the counter. They're just sitting there. They seem to be working with something, but you can't see it behind the lip of the counter.
She inquires as to be like, excuse me, I was hoping I could potentially get my hands on some alchemy tools and some.
So she looks up from what she's working with, and then she sets it aside. And then you can see that she's wearing glasses that had slightly fallen down her nose, so she reaches up and pushes them back. And as she does so, whatever ingredient she was working with apparently was on her finger, because as she pushes her glasses back, you just see what looks like a shimmering rainbow sort of powder get left on her nose as she pushes her glasses up. And then she pulls her hand away, and you just see this streak of color on her nose.
She's doing drugs.
But she stares at you for a moment, confused, and then she looks around, realizes that she's in her shop again, and goes, "Oh, my dear, I'm so sorry. I forgot I was here." And then she goes, "What was it you were looking for?"
Me tools and ingredients to hope to be able to make health potions specifically.
She nods, kind of rapidly, and then looks around with an almost manic energy, and then goes, "Where did I put that?" Then you kind of just see her hop up and run away from the counter. Not walk, but run away from the counter, as she just disappears down one of the aisles.
You'll just kind of lean over and look down the aisle, trying to see where she's going, and like wondering if she's gonna come back.
Okay, so you wait a few moments. Like, is she coming back eventually? But eventually she does, and she's got what appears to be a leather bag. It's a very nice new leather bag, and she sits down and she opens it up, and you can see inside that it's got various different alchemy tools that you would need for crafting ingredients, or for crafting potions. But she looks at it, and then she looks at you, and she goes, "But this isn't what you need. This is just the stuff to get you started. If you really want to get into alchemy, you need a whole station."
Well, I can't really carry a whole station in my bag now, can I? So
She looks at you super confused, and then just after a brief pause, she goes, "Why not?"
Just as a gameplay, you do realise that it's a herbalism kit you need to make potions of healing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she asked for alchemy tools.
That's fair. Point of fact.
Yeah, she asked for alchemy tools. So she's being encouraged to get an entire alchemy station.
That's fine.
And why exactly would I need a whole alchemy station to make, just potions?
They're the best tools.
Okay, but that doesn't really explain, like, the reason. Just because they're good tools doesn't mean I need them for the purpose that I'm looking for.
Well, you said alchemy tools, and you said potion ingredients. You didn't say tools to make potions.
Well, specifically, like I said, I'm looking for, like, things to make medicines.
She kind of sighs exasperated and goes, "Well, why didn't you say so?" And she jumps and she runs down the aisle again and disappears for a moment. Again, she's gone for a few more minutes, and then she comes back, and this time she's holding an herbalism kit, which is a much smaller, neater package, and is a lot lighter and does not require an alchemy station. And she sits down and she goes, "Is this what you're looking for?"
Out of character, I'm assuming yes,
Yes, that would be what you're looking for, is an herbalism kit.
because I have no idea what it takes to actually make health potions and stuff like that. But, being that Niu is familiar with medicine and is actually proficient in it, she would know.
Yes. Yeah, so that is what she's looking for.
So Niu will nod and be like, yes, that is exactly what I need.
So she sets it down. I actually have the price of it here. Hold on, let me check. Because I took a second to grab all that information before. But apparently I grabbed every tool but an herbalism kit. Of course I did.
Let's go.
Okay, let's see. So it's gonna be 5 gold.
And ingredients.
Yep. So let me see here. Hold on. So for the ingredients, she points you off to off towards the aisles, and what you're looking for is generally in that direction. Like you can see that you see the glass bottles, everything that you need over there. And then she goes, and then if you need herbs, they're over there. And she points to the other side of the wall, or the other side of the building, and you can see many different plants are growing there. And she goes, simply pluck what you need, bring it to me, and I will weigh it.
All right. Can I leave the tools here for a minute while I grab ingredients?
And she looks at you and then shrugs and goes, I don't see why not.
Niu hasn't paid for them yet, so she's not just gonna run off with them. And
Okay,
Niu will
so-
go off to
So
grab
just so you know,
ingredients he needs.
you for health potions, it costs about 25 gold for all of the supplies that you need to make 10 health potions.
All right, I'll drop 20 health potions worth.
Okay. Keep in mind, these are the ingredients, not the health potions. You will still have to craft the health potions.
Yep.
Okay. Now, it is on to Amaranth. Amaranth is still looking for Niu, correct?
Yeah, she did find, but she's going to. She was trying to find me, and that's when she went to the Mage Guild.
So she's going to the Mage Guild, not continuing to look. Okay. So at the Mage Guild, what is she going to do?
She's going to look in and see if they've got like a library or like see what they can to be able to like learn stuff and.
Okay.
research.
So you go in, and you have a look around, and you realize the Mage Guild here is fairly small compared to the last one that you were at. They don't seem to have any sort of dedicated library there. They have, multiple bookshelves about the place, but they don't have like a large library of sorts in this one.
I'll go up to the front desk just to make sure, like, am I able to go anywhere or am I restricted to certain part?
So you go up to the front desk, and there is a rather young woman sitting behind the desk, and she looks up at you as you approach, and she goes, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, I'm a sorcerer, and so I was wanting to know, like, am I able to just kind of walk around in here, or is there like restrictions to where I can go?
She waves her hand. She goes, "You're welcome pretty much anywhere. Just be mindful that if you try to remove a book from the shelf and you can't, you're not allowed to read it.
Is there a reason as to why?
Certain books are considered government secrets, so they're not allowed to be read by anybody that's not officially part of the guild."
Is there like an example that you could give me as like a book that could be like restricted?
She points at one of the books on the wall, and the first thing that you notice is that the spine of it is blurry when you look at it. And she goes, "You see that book there? How you can't read the name?
Mm-hmm.
Books like that are not for you. Everything else is open."
Gotcha. Thank you. Another question.
Yes?
Anything about liches at all?
She looks very concerned when you say liches.
Not for me, it's for a friend.
So she's very sussed out at this point. I need a I'm gonna do a persuasion check. Even though you said it's not for me, it's for a friend. I'm gonna say do a persuasion check.
Cool.
Because I don't think you're lying necessarily. Yeah. So she calms down when she realizes that you're not trying to become a lich. And so she kind of stares at you for a moment, trying to decide what exactly you're looking for.
I mean,
And-
I already have a book on how to become a lich, so I don't need that per se. But
Yeah, I wouldn't tell her that.
I would tell her.
I mean, you can tell her that if you want to.
No, that sounds like a terrible idea to tell anybody I have a book that tells me how to become a lich.
Yeah, I mean, especially in a country that enslaves people for, incurring too much debt.
Exactly.
That'd be a great book to tell people you have.
Yeah.
They're very liberal with slavery here. Yeah, so you don't tell her that. So she kind of decides whether or not you're going to attempt to become a lich. And then she goes, and slowly her hand moves over as she points towards one of the shelves. And she goes, "It's not much, but we have some things on liches." And she points to one corner of a bookshelf. And she goes, "They would be there."
And this is like stuff to. Like, I'm gonna look at her and be like, no, it's about trying to kill a lich, not about becoming a lich.
Now she looks more concerned again. I need a persuasion check.
God damn it, Amaranth.
That's a nice shovel you got there, Amaranth.
Yeah, so now she's very concerned because she's looking at you and she's like, "I didn't think you were, but you're kind of worrying me. Should I call somebody?"
You really, really shouldn't.
"I feel like I should.
I would
Will
really.
you wait just one moment?" And she gets up and turns around and walks into a back room. And you hear excited talking coming from that back room.
And at that point, I'm leaving.
Fucking tiefling's gonna get us in trouble.
Damn it, Amaranth.
I just wanted to know about liches. Why did she have to think I'm trying to become one? Or like, I don't understand.
You said a
yeah,
book
she
about
wasn't.
killing liches.
Yeah, she wasn't until you started saying suspicious things. Like when somebody walks in to a store and you're like, "I'm not here to steal anything. I'm just gonna look." Like then you are immediately like, "I'm keeping my eye on you." Like that's what you did. You're like, "I'm not trying to become a lich or anything, but do you have any information on them?"
And how to kill them? Yeah.
Yeah, it's. Conversations
We know
did not
how to
go in
kill
your
them.
favor.
Destroy the phylactery.
Okay. That being said, we are back to Petra.
All right. Well, what's going on with Brixel and the rest of the mercenary gang?
They're all pretty drunk at this point. The rambunctiousness of some of them has massively settled down as they reflect on their fallen comrades, or just the alcohol is making them sleepy. And then there's several of them that are being rowdy and general mercenary celebration shenanigans, talking about who could beat up the other, etc. So some of them are quite loud, some of them are fairly quiet. Brixel himself mostly seems to be attempting to relax, just kind of enjoying his buzz, so to speak.
Well, Petra will just kind of be like, well, I hope you're doing better later. But maybe we'll see each other later. I'm gonna go look for the rest of the group.
He nods and raises his glass to you, and he goes, "Aye, see you later."
And Petra will nod, smiling. Is she drunk?
Petra? How much did she drink? She was offered the drink. You didn't say how much she drank. Did she drink a bunch?
She drank the one glass that she got.
Okay, that
Drank
was
the
a
drink.
pint. That was a pretty big drink for a halfling. So she would be mildly drunk. She's not hammered, but she's mildly drunk.
Okay, well, Petra will kind of, stumble a little bit out the door and begin searching around for everybody.
Okay. That being said, so nobody is left out of the combat here that's about to happen for these two. I'm going to add all of your tokens to the board, but you won't be able to move or anything except for the people that are actually fighting. Your characters are not actually here, but this is just so you can actually see the board, okay?
You're in spirit.
Yeah, you're here in spirit. So I'm going to preload it real quick for everybody. But we're going to go back to Toby and Windsor. I imagine they're on their way to go do this sparring session, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he leads you into this fairly small fighting arena area. And the two of you are able to square up. And he goes, "When you're ready." And let me go bloop, and we can roll initiative.
Just beforehand, I'll tap my
Change
chest.
the music.
Just saying.
Tap your chest. Oh, to prepare your armor.
Yeah, just to bolster myself.
Okay. So it looks like I need
Give us
your
that.
initiative rolls.
Give us sparring battle music.
Yep, I'm getting to the music. Hold on. Let's see here.
Yay.
Here we go. This should be a good one for a duel. Okay. I still need Toby's roll.
My fault. Sorry, 1 second.
Okay. Okay. Looks like you both are going to be beating him on the initiative order, so we're going to start with Windsor.
Okay. Start out.
Remember, as we discussed.
Yeah, I'm gonna move here. And spend a key to activate Flurry of Blows. I'm gonna start attacking.
Okay.
Ooh, look at that.
That does not hit.
You sure? Try again.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, that one does not hit either.
God damn. God
And
damn.
that one does not hit.
Okay, we know what his AC is now.
Yeah. His
Okay,
AC is somewhere above 14. Good start.
His AC is like 23.
Okay.
His AC is fair. I didn't beat this guy ridiculously. This is a fairly fair fight.
Yeah, yeah. Just-
I will hit him non-lethally with my Thunder Gauntlet.
Okay.
Obviously, all my attacks will be non-lethal.
Yeah, you don't gonna have to say non-lethal in this fight. This is a non-lethal fight. Nobody is fighting lethally.
I'm gonna fight lethally now.
Yeah, if you say you want to do lethal damage, that's different, but the default in this fight will be non-lethal, so you don't have to say it every time. Okay, that will hit.
Yeah. Somewhere between 15 and 22.
Mm,
For
me
11
thinks it's
damage.
16.
That's max hit as well. Yeah, that was a hard hit.
Yeah, that was. Good job.
I'll punch him square in the chest, so he's, which will obviously resound around the auditorium because it's thundering. And I'm trying to drive his focus on me. Obviously, he's got disadvantage if he attacks Windsor. Just to let you know.
Yep. So is that the end of your turn then?
Yes.
Okay. So something we discovered recently is in the initiative thing there, the combat encounters, is actually an end turn button at the very bottom. Do you see that? Yep,
Got it.
there you go. Okay. So in that case, he is just going to, he gets thumped in the chest hella hard with this thunder gauntlet, hitting him with everything you've got. It definitely made an impact, but he grins, more excited about the fight than anything. So the first thing that he does, obviously, is he just lets out this angry, loud shout, and he becomes enraged immediately. And with that, he then lifts up his big-ass club that he's got there and tries to bring it down with both hands on top of Toonie. Or, sorry, on top of Toby. So, let's see. Your AC is 18. He will hit
No surprise.
for... Let's see, that's... hold on, let me double check this. I want to make sure I get this right. Yeah, because his weapon has a +8 to hit, so it's 10 damage. But as his club comes crashing down, it almost like resounds, kind of like a reverberation bounce, which launches it back up, and he immediately brings it down for a second attack, which also hits for 9 damage.
I'm just not going to wear armor anymore because there's no point.
And then he's going to action surge, and that's crit. Are you
Oh,
kidding
no.
me?
I'm just not going to bother wearing armor anymore.
I swear
No
to
point.
I swear to God that
Where's the tank?
I'm not
meant to get
fudging the
hit.
dice.
Yeah, I keep getting
Oh
hit.
my God. So that's 14 damage on the crit. But that's his action surge. So
Jesus Christ.
So as long as you're still alive, we're ready to go.
so that was how much damage total?
10, 9, and 14.
Yeah, Jesus.
So 33.
33 damage. Okay. Yeah.
So 33 plus the initial 20 you did?
No, I guess
Uh,
No, 33 total. The
Yeah,
first
it's
hit was 10, the second hit was
everything
9.
together is 33.
Probably might need to back out for a little bit there.
Toby might need to grab his Healy spider. Oh man, I did not think he was gonna hit you with everything that. Oh, the crit on the action search, that was brutal. That's pretty great.
For who?
I promise, I meant for this to be a very
was it
balanced
great
fight. It's great for him. Great for him. Great,
Uh-huh.
great for the people watching. What? Great for the people watching. Okay. So that's the end of his turn then.
Probably it's just drilled into the
Yeah.
sandy ground like a
So
fucking...
that makes it
Peg.
Windsor's turn. Yeah. Toby's about 6 inches shorter now. Jesus.
Okay, full out. Fire snakes and flurry of blows.
Okay. That will hit.
12 fire damage.
Okay. Yep, that will hit him fully. So you whip out your snakes and you wail into his kidney from that angle. And
That's right. I
uh,
wail out. I show my snake dance, and there we go.
yeah, you snake dance and then you hit him with a wail.
That'll
Oof.
hit.
That's a miss. Yep.
Jesus Christ.
That's a miss.
Okay, well, we're good. Okay, back to you, Toby.
Thanks. Okay. Let's see here.
Don't worry, we got him right where we want him.
Yeah. Where is he again? I can't see. I see 3. I did more get here.
Aim for the one in the middle.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
poor
I'm gonna
Toby,
grab
man.
my I'm gonna grab my spider out. Not this is probably gonna do much, but I will try and heal myself.
Okay. If it makes you feel better, he can't do action surge again.
Oh, I get 10. Do I
Oh
just
my
press
God.
that 10 button?
Yeah, so what you do is you right click it, and then you should see apply healing.
Got it. Cheers.
There you go.
Yeah, that's-
Awesome.
that's probably
Fucking
the only
love
problem.
that.
The only problem with you rolling off screen is we can't apply damage.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Because, you know, I do want to continue to roll off screen, but we'll figure something out.
That's all right. You just told me the total damage. I just took it off. Not that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I will bolster myself again as well with my ability.
Okay.
So I gain another 4 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Should have baked more muffins.
Yeah. It just starts stuffing muffins down his throat.
Should have made more muffins. Finds out he doesn't have muffins anymore.
Note from Petra. Good muffins.
Muffins good.
And it's just a
and that's my
really,
turn because I can't do anything.
and
else.
it's just
Okay.
a really well printed
okay.
note saying "good muffins."
In that case, he's just going to continue his attack.
Yep.
Which will hit.
Of course it will.
For,
We didn't have an armor at this point.
for 9 damage. And then he will hit again
Yep.
for 9 damage.
Yep. Yep. I'm on 4.
Okay. But that's the end of his turn. He can only do the 2 attacks because he's only got the 1 action surge. So it is on to Windsor.
Those temporary hit points working out good.
Yeah.
That's them all gone.
Yeah, he's looking pretty rough.
Right, I forgot to use the ability. So there.
No, but didn't you say you got 4 temporary hit points?
Yeah.
I did.
And you're on 4 hit points left?
Yep.
Yeah. Really? Those
those
4
things saved your ass!
Yeah, those 4 points are carrying right now. I promise, this fight is supposed to be balanced. His stats are based on Petra's.
Windsor, please
What?
hit the one in the middle.
You based his stats on Petra's? Oh god.
Yeah,
That's a crit.
that's a crit. Yeah,
Oh Jesus.
yeah. So he's got, you know, fairly high AC and everything. 11 bludgeoning, halved, obviously. But yeah, that
Jesus.
does hit.
Based on oh my god.
Yeah, based
You
on
are-
Petra's stats.
You are mean to them.
It's 2 of them versus him. I figured Petra's stats are a fair fight. You're the same level.
Petra doesn't have 2 attacks though, so no, it's not.
He's a higher level than her, but with similar stats.
I see. That's different then.
Yeah. I mean, it's
So
2
we're
of
not
you.
playing Petra.
Yeah, you're not fighting Petra 1-to-1, but it's like a slightly higher level Petra.
Yeah, which is a big difference.
A
mean, if I was
slightly
one
higher
level
level
higher-
Petra and a slightly higher, taller fucking Petra. Jesus Christ.
If I had
Oh,
one level
yeah,
higher,
much
I
taller.
would be hitting him twice. So.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it had added everything else.
Christ.
Yeah, I got it. He's looking pretty beat.
No, I meant for the thing because it was a critical.
Oh, okay.
I was making sure I was adding in my racial trait, which you did. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he's looking pretty beat up. Not nearly as beat up as Toby, but he's looking pretty beat up. And it is
Oh,
Toby's
shit.
turn.
Okay.
Toby's over here second guessing his plan to get the attention.
I was getting beaten to a pulp. Right, yeah. Toby is going to. Yes, actually, yeah, fuck it, why not? Toby's gonna punch him again.
Okay. Going all out, right? Trying to take him down before you go down.
Actually, no, sod it. Actually, Toby's gonna pull out one of his small little tools, which looks like a handheld
yeah.
gun, but it's not quite,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
and
just
fires magic missiles off at him.
Okay.
looking at the wiki dot and the
So he takes
Makes all this
3
good
lots
skip.
of damage.
Yeah, 3d4 plus 3. Okay. Ooh, okay. 30 damage. That definitely leaves him hurting. He's on his last legs. Like the magic missiles just go bam, bam, bam. All of them striking him like in critical areas, and he stumbles back a little bit. He's still standing but breathing heavily, but he's
Still got-
not quite down.
I've still got a spell, and I'm casting Sanctuary on myself.
Okay.
I think the magic missiles were done wrong.
That's very nice.
Must first make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose. Okay. So basically, if he tries to hit you, he has to make the save. Okay. Then I will do the saving throw first.
Yeah, I think they actually fixed magic missiles.
Yeah, I think they might have actually.
Yeah, because it's
Although what it's done is it's plus. Wait, is that plus 3? Oh yeah. So what it's done is I think it's actually physically fixed it, as in it adds it up every time. So that's a total
Okay.
of. That's got to be a total. Is it a total of 12? What do you reckon?
Well, saying if you press the number next to the 9 for the first one, it says 6 fours plus 6. How many?
Well, what I'm seeing is 3 times 3.
Yeah.
When
Not
I'm
worried
looking
about
at the
that
math
right
there.
now.
So his
It's not
wisdom
like
saving
roll.
throw was a 1
So you can't
with
hit.
modifiers, because he's got a modifier of 0 for wisdom. And he nat 1'd his first attack at Windsor. His
You
second
mean
one.
Toby?
No, because it says has to choose a new target.
Oh right.
So he went to attack Toby, failed the saving throw, had to choose a new target. So he's going for Windsor.
He's at
Which is that
disadvantage.
one. Sorry.
Did you Thunder Gauntlet? No, you didn't Thunder Gauntlet last time, did you?
Oh no, that's right.
No.
How many, it only
Yeah,
lasts
so
for
it's
one
a
round.
regular attack.
Never mind.
He misses his first one, and the second one, what's your AC? He barely hits with the second one. Okay. For 14 damage.
Okay.
Almost max damage for that. And then let me double check real quick.
So give him 6 healing point. Give him 6 health back, because for some reason it's giving me plus 3 on each dice, when it's only meant to be plus 1 on each dice.
Okay.
Give him 6 health points back.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, I gave him the 6 back then.
Cool. Just.
No, you're fine. Okay.
Yeah,
In that case, that's the end of his turn. It's Windsar's turn.
Yeah, the formula is okay, here we go again.
Fuck him up!
You're over there like, geek him in the nuts.
18.
18 barely hits. You managed to hit him. For 7 damage. Piercing.
Kick him in the other nuts!
Yes, piercing. We have resistance to piercing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was just
Yeah,
double checking. Okay,
Everything
so
except for elemental damage. So.
yeah,
Yeah.
half damage there. So yeah, you go and attack him with your short sword. Do a little bit of swish, swash, and stab. Doesn't hurt him as much as you'd like it to.
The cars.
He's definitely hurting, but that doesn't hurt
Eh.
nearly as much as you want it to.
Resistance to
that's a-
bludgeoning, piercing,
that
and
misses.
slashing
That's
damage.
advantage, Windsor. That's advantaged. not
Oh,
normal.
duh, that's right.
Yeah, advantage because surrounded. Didn't help.
Yes, much better.
Kick him in the other knee!
I'm gonna click this end turn. Yeah, basically anything but elemental damage. All physical damage.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I wanted to be sure because I couldn't remember 100%.
So yeah,
Basically, I'm doing full
Well,
damage.
good thing you
you're
have
doing
a
half.
barbarian in the group.
yeah. I mean, yeah, but the barbarian doesn't know how to be a barbarian. So. That's why I went with fire snakes for after once he raged.
Right,
And-
I
yes.
will hit him with a thunder gauntlet again. Then.
Okay.
Actually, do I want to hit thunder gauntlet? Is he
Me, I
looking very
don't know
bloody?
barbarian.
Yeah, he's really hurt. Which does mean that you need to be careful with magic attacks at this point because magic cannot be non-lethal. I'm sure you know that.
Thunder gauntlet can be.
Can it? Okay.
Yeah, because it still counts as a weapon. It
Okay.
just thunder damage.
Okay.
So I can still use that as
Okay.
non-lethal.
All right, I'll take your word for it. Sounds good to me. $20 hits. Six damage. Okay. He is very hurt at this point. He is very, very close to going down. You can see he's wobbling a little bit as he's standing there. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
I need to click enter, sorry, my bad.
Okay. In that case, he's going to take a swing at you. Sanctuaries for the one turn, right?
No, Sanctuary Glass. I think it's new to actions. Wait a second.
Okay.
1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, so he doesn't make the saving throw, so he has to attack Windsar. That will hit for 10 damage. The second swing will hit for...
Is that his
9 damage.
disadvantage, yeah?
Oh, you're right. You're right. So the first one hits for 10 damage. Let me do disadvantaged here. 11. Yeah, so they both do hit. So 19 damage total.
Sorry, Windsor.
It's mostly a big part of it is his particular weapon type has +8 to hit.
Yeah, he's naturally strong. He's got a plus for he's got.
Yeah, his strength modifier too.
Yeah.
He's gonna have.
I might have an idea on the strength modifier.
Oh, yeah. Well.
But that being said, it is Windsar's turn.
Yay!
Fuck his nuts!
Can't give it his giblets.
What's his name? Okay.
That hits. For 4 damage. Okay. So describe how he goes down. Remember, it's non-lethal.
Yeah, I smack him in the side of the head with the flat of my blade, causing him to see Tweety birds and stars. Which way did he go? Which way did he go? And then he falls.
Oh, no, I don't want dead. I want unconscious. Do they not have a... Okay. Well, we'll just say he's defeated.
Yeah.
It says Mark
No.
defeated, but then you click it and he dies.
He
Okay.
falls towards Toby. Toby barely gets out of the way in time, and the whole arena shakes as he lands.
Okay, well, good job. He is down. That being said, you know, he drops down to one knee, and he kind of leans on his club, and he raises his hand to say enough. He's panting for breath, and he goes, "Oh, you guys are tough."
Glad we could help.
Else about yourself.
So two of you need to go to the infirmary.
I'll help Toby pick up his teeth.
That went. That was a good fight. I enjoyed that fight. Good job.
You might want to take a look at Toby's character sheet and look at the details for his magic missile and see if it needs to be
Yeah, for
swapped
some
out.
reason it seems to add 3.
I'll
each
take
bar.
a look at it.
Yeah, I looked at the normal compendiums that we have for magic missile. It's showing 1d4 plus 1s.
Yeah, that's what it says on there. It says
Yeah, it
1d4.
was
Right.
it was
But there's
weird
code
'cause
behind.
it's
There's
adding
code
it.
behind. You're looking at a. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that code, that highlighted code should be the same thing. So
So I'm gonna take us back to the city. So, congratulations, you managed to win the fight. That being said, I will let you decide if the whole party gets the XP or just you two. It is entirely up to you.
I'm fine with the whole party getting it myself. What about you?
damn it. Yeah. Okay.
Why did you
Okay.
say that?
In
Part
that
of it,
case,
in my nature would be yes, but had you said something else, I might have followed along. Okay. And Toby
Okay.
Toby gets 150 gold. So. Or
Yes.
no, 3 to 1. 3,
No, 3 to 1, 90.
90 gold. Yes.
okay.
Nice.
So 90 gold specifically to each of you, right?
No,
No,
it was
no, just me.
I didn't put up any money since Toby was putting up 30 gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he put up 30, and the bet was 5 to 1, right?
3 to 1.
That was
3.
3 to 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I wish it was 5 to 1. It was originally 10 to 1, but then he shook his head.
Yeah.
He said the best we can do is 3 to 1.
Yeah. Okay. So
like
90
that.
gold to you. First, let me distribute the XP, and then I'm going to award specifically only to Toby the 90 gold.
Level 5's coming up fast, and I just looked at what I can get.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel bad for anybody we fight forward.
Toby and I could have been level 5 sooner, but no.
Yeah, they shared a hefty amount of experience points there. There was 2,000 experience points. 1,000 for each person that participated was my plan. So, congratulations. They were nice enough to share that. Because otherwise, both of them would be like on the brink of leveling. But yeah, congratulations. So you win the fight. After the fight ends, and you know everybody's done panting for breath, just put it away.
Where's my teeth gone?
Yeah. So afterwards, you know the dude that ran the counter comes out, and he's kind of just laughing and clapping his hands, and he goes, "You guys are all right." And then he holds out a big bag, 90 gold in it, hands it over, and he goes, "Oh, that's so bad. Here you go." Hands over the gold, and then he gets 3 other guys to help the Goliath up, and they help kind of hobble him out of the building.
Last
or
time
out of
I
the Colosseum. As they hobble him out, they look to Toby, who's not doing so well himself, and
ended.
and they recommend that he spends the night in the in the Fighters Guild. They have an infirmary there where he can rest up. They've got nursing slaves to help.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah, but the mouths are sealed, so they're not as much fun.
Do you want me to add the 90 gold?
Yeah. put
You
that
should
on
already have it.
No, you haven't added it. It just says Toby Shark's been awarded. Dot.
It should have sent you 90 gold.
No,
That's what I told it to do. Okay, let me.
I've still got the same amount. I've been looking at it.
Okay.
Pressing your Schrazer.
Okay.
So just maybe try and refresh it first. Like close the thing first.
No,
And
it's
then-
No,
pretty
it
dynamic.
should. Yeah, it should update in real time. I'll just do it again real quick, just to double check. Toby Shark.
Because I got
Award.
638 at the moment. And it's
Yeah,
still 638.
it's apparently not sending the gold right now for some reason. Maybe if I do this. Oh, you know what? I bet this is why.
Is
Hold
it
on.
automatically converting it to platinum?
Now
That's
it's
why. I figured out why. I have to specifically add it to the sheet for the award thing before I can award it. I can't just type it into the award.
Yeah, because he kept on saying in the award, it says Toby Shark's been awarded, and then it's not there.
Yeah, I
Where
was wondering about that. Okay, yeah, so it's good now.
Yeah, I got it. It's all good.
yeah. Now we know for the future. Okay. So, will you be
Oh.
taking them up on their
Yes.
offer? Okay.
Yes, I'm going to go there. I tell Windsor that I don't know if he wants to stay as well, but if you do go, just let them know that I'm here.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll head back to the or try to find the others.
Man, it's a good thing it was 2-on-1. If that was a 1-on-1, he would have eaten you.
Yeah, especially with Petra's fucking shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he had 18 AC. He had like 64 HP. Like, that was a pretty balanced fight. I think it was a good fight. I enjoyed it.
It's
I
just
think it would have helped
very
if I'd
unusual.
hit more often.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
I feel Toby's pain from, my experience on Thursday.
Yeah.
They're fucking 18 AC my ass. Everything fucking hits.
Yep. Everything was hitting. Okay, so that being said, we are going to move on from them to New. What is New up to? New has gotten her
she-
supplies, right?
Yep, she will have gathered the herbs and vials and things she needs to make potions, and taken them back up to the counter to pay.
Okay, and we'll say
Which-
that in the time, of everything that just happened, we'll say, that you were able to pay for it all. So you said
Would
50
be
gold,
55 gold, because
Right.
50 for the ingredients and 5 for the kit.
correct?
So that leaves me with that much.
Mm-hmm. And then what is she doing
Oh.
after this? Is she continuing her search for
She's
the
going
Mage's
to
Guild?
ask the person at the thing if she can get directions to the Mages Guild, and if there's a bookstore or magic shop around.
Okay. So you ask her, and she looks up from her stuff again, and she goes, Mage's Guild is that way. And she kind of points, but she points at the road towards the Fighters Guild, and then crooks her finger as if that's supposed to, tell you to turn. So I need a perception check to see if you are able to tell that she's telling you to turn. Yeah, so you notice the weird crook in her
That was almost
finger
a
and
fucking
figure it
one.
out. Yeah, so you notice, that she's telling you to turn, especially because that's the direction you came from. So obviously it couldn't just be that direction. So you figure out that she's telling you to turn. And then she thinks for a minute, and then she goes, don't think there's many magic stores, though. Maybe in Bellow?
Bookshop?
She thinks for a minute again, and she goes, "No, I don't think so. Not much need for books in a war zone."
All right, thank you. And she will head off towards the Mages Guild. Also, how do I add this fucking toolkit to my inventory? All the little things.
I will get that for you. Oops. Let me pull up your sheet here. In the meantime, what is Amaranth up to?
Well, she's still technically looking for Nick. That's why she thought she'd be in here.
Yes.
So she's gonna go to the books and the library and see if she can find her. I mean, the woman can call her. I don't really care. It's better for me not to run away than it is for me to run away and then just look even more suspicious when the guards do find me.
So you decided not to run?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna run.
Okay. Because I was all ready for you to run.
And it's just like, knowing for the last time when she decided that she was going to walk off somewhere and she got arrested and sent to jail for murdering someone, the last time she needs is that on her back.
Yeah, especially here. Not a good place to get convicted of a crime.
Exactly.
Yeah. Say bye-bye to your head.
Yeah, of all the places to get convicted of a crime, Byralia is probably one of the worst. So you probably want to avoid that.
Hold on. If Petra got arrested and was ready to be beheaded, she could just rage and take.
The problem is
beheaded.
yeah, the problem is beheaded is if you're lucky. If you're unlucky, you're going to get a slave brand.
And it's like,
Don't forget, Byralia is one of the most active human trading places. So it's very likely that could happen.
I feel bad for any lord or lady that decides to take Petra on as a slave.
Why, they just steal her mouth. It's not like they're going to eat much.
I see the
They
herbalism
proceed to
kit.
have no food left over for the next day.
What about ingredients? How does that work?
So the way that ingredients works is essentially that you literally just have like ingredients. I don't know if there's a specific ingredient. From what I understand, there's
No, there's
just
not.
components is what it's just.
Yeah,
So
it's
you-
just components for like herbalism kit. You just get components.
Yeah. So you have components for your herbalism kit, and you can pretty much make anything that you can make with your herbalism kit with those components. So
How is
you
that noted
Have a
on my
flavor
thing,
text,
though,
really.
is I'm-
Yeah,
is what
it's
I'm wondering.
yeah, like Tony said, it's flavor text. Basically, you have two components which you can use to craft stuff. In your case, you can use a thing of components to craft 10 health potions.
Okay, but how is that noted in the thing? How do I keep track that I have two components?
We will set that up later. Just remind me,
Alright.
because we need to set up a resource counter for you.
I am going to just DM that to you quick.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so Amaranth is looking around the library. The lady that had gone into the back room comes out, sits down, and very scrutinizingly watches Amaranth and watches what books she's looking at.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see that. Kind of deserve that.
Yeah, you kind of asked for it with your whole, I'm definitely not doing anything completely illegal.
It wasn't even trying to be deceptive. She was just being absolutely genuine by going like, no, I'm not. I don't want it. I'm just trying to kill one. I don't want to become one.
Yeah, but that made it so suspicious.
It's for a friend.
Yeah. I
It's
don't
for
want
a
to become
friend.
one. It's for a friend. Totally not suspicious. Okay. So she's looking for books about liches. Anything in particular that she's looking for?
What I guess something regarding phylacteries, because we know me and New have obviously discussed what we think could what we might have for the liches that we know might be phylacteries, but maybe some information. Or actually, I've got the book I've got, so I could just maybe have that, and maybe if I can find another book about like what could be classed as a phylactery.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're looking for information on phylacteries then?
Yes.
Okay. So I need just a straight D20 from you.
Okay.
So /R1 D20. Don't forget the space, obviously. But okay. So you're kind of looking around, browsing the general section, and you see that there is a book there that specifically refers to artifacts of liches, and you kind of pop it open, take a look. I'm assuming you're going to read it now, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So you pop it open, you take a look at it, you start reading through it, and the thing that you notice is it contains several examples of what phylacteries have been identified on liches in the past that have, been killed. And the examples span many different types of phylacteries. Is there anything in particular you want to know about the phylacteries themselves?
Well, realistically, it's more for the bard, really. Like,
So you want to know, is it possible for a song to be a phylactery?
yeah.
Okay. So you start looking for anything that might be like a possible information for that. And you come across what may or may not be relevant. And as you're reading through it, it mentions that there was once a lich that was, that the way that they were killed was they actually had their phylactery as their name. And as long as anybody remembered their name, the lich could not die.
Okay.
So it appears that words or potentially thoughts or ideas may hold some sort of power.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good to know. That's helpful. Okay, that's fine. So now she had a disease that was not within a year. First song of immortality at work, and then she died, but she was reborn. Okay, cool. Alright, that's fine. Thank you for that.
Yep. Is there anything else you're gonna search the book for?
I'm just thinking of the information that we have. Ooh, is there anything on Phobrix or books, if I can find any books? Anything on Phobrix or Zarios?
Okay. So you begin to look around for those. I need a perception check.
Alright.
Nat 20, let's go.
Okay.
Close.
So with an 18, you search around, but there doesn't appear to be anything that directly references them.
Alrighty, that's fine. I'll just close up shop and then go and see if I can find Neil.
Okay. So you will bump into each other on the streets. Yeah. At the same time, Petra is doing what?
Petra is just kind of walking around. She's kind of drunk, kind of not. So she loses her balance and trips over practically nothing every so often. But she's looking around for New or Amaranth or just any of the other party members.
Okay.
The
where is
tavern's
the
like
Petra?
here.
The tavern's there?
Yeah.
What's the chances
Okay.
that Niu would have bumped into her on the way past there? Because she'd be walking right past there.
Well, I rolled a d20 and it's a 1, so.
Rip.
She went out she's so drunk, she went out the back door. Apparently.
Just
You had her-
walked straight through the kitchen.
So she's like somewhere over here.
Probably,
New had,
yeah.
New had her nose in a book. She didn't notice.
Yeah. You was checking out all of her new herbalism stuff. Walked past the inn. Petra's drunk ass walks out the back door through the kitchens. Okay. And Joby is resting at the Fighters Guild, correct?
Correct. He's pretty much doing that for the rest of the day. He's not doing anything else because he's. Oh fuck!
Yeah, he's got like 7 concussions. What is Windsor doing?
Looking for everybody else to let them know that what happened to Toby.
Okay, perception check.
Performance check, yay! Oh, there's my
Okay.
19.
Yeah, so yeah, there's the 19 you needed. I mean, to be fair, you crit. You crit the one time. But yeah, so as you're walking
19
back,
and 20 on that crit too.
yeah. So as you're walking back from the Coliseum, you happen to catch New bumping into Amaranth right about this area as you're heading back towards the Fighters Guild.
Okay.
You and you.
Yeah, pretty much.
You look
You
familiar.
and you.
What's going on here? I didn't do anything. Okay, I didn't do anything.
Way to look guilty.
Sus AF. Sus AF.
Well, slowly raises an eyebrow, huh? I tell him what had happened and where Toby will be spending the night.
In the hospital.
At least he won.
So this is the second time Toby's been destroyed by a Goliath.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, but this one's must be a bit more disappointing than the other.
Maybe.
It's still a happy ending. I made money this time.
Yeah, that's true. He made it instead of spent it.
Still feel just as beat up though. It's weird.
Well, at least
I
he can kind of walk.
Anywho.
I don't know about the walking part. I just got smashed in the head like 4 times.
Yeah, he's not walking.
Walking's not advised right now.
Yeah. No, he needs time to recover. For sure.
New kink.
Yeah,
Oh no!
he's into
King
heavy
Goliath.
impact play.
Oh no, bro!
New kink Goliath impact play.
Oh my god!
Looking at me like I need to hear about your Goliath kinks. I don't give a shit.
Somebody buy back stilts.
I'm like, I know it's like looking at me like, bitch, I'm 5'1". I'm the exact opposite.
Alright, so is everybody just gonna kinda idle away the rest of the day? Is anybody working on anything? What's the plan?
New's still headed towards the Mage Guild.
I'm going
Okay.
to ask you if I can borrow the book quickly because I found a job, but I don't know what we do with jobs here, or if you can
You-
tell me what we do.
You're gonna have to be more specific. What book?
The merchant book of this town.
You found a job?
Yeah.
You said that because New read the thing, she knows the things. So, right?
I know you've got the book, but I
The
don't.
file.
What's that?
You said New read the thing, so she knows the things about how
Yes.
jobs work, right?
Yes.
So, New will say, well, I already read it. I can tell you what you need to know.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that, or, I mean, if she reads it, then at least 2 people would know what to do in these situations. It's up to you guys.
It's true. I mean, if I tell her, 2 people would know too.
Yeah, but if she reads the book, then she'll be, more caught up for other things in the future. But, I mean, I'm just the DM. I certainly don't have evil plans later that
Either
might
one
prevent
works. I
you
don't-
from speaking.
I don't mind, explaining what I can, or if you just want the book.
Sorry, say that again, my dad.
Nani?
What did you say? Sorry.
I don't mind explaining, or if you just want the book.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the book for the night because I'll just give it over to you because then we're going to be going to the next town in most probably to Bello, so I can read up on what's going on in Bello before we get there. And then when we're on our way, you can on that as well with the doctor.
Alrighty. You will dig through her bag and give Amaranth the book.
Right.
I'm going.
And you have potion components now. Yeah.
I'm just letting you guys know I've booked a room with the inn that we saw along the way. I'll try and book some rooms with the inn I saw along the way.
Okay. So as you're trying, you're walking and you're reading a little bit and walking, reading a little bit. You realize that the book says that to accept any sort of contract, you have to go to the main counter in the Byralian markets and, submit your team for the request, or submit your company for the request in your case.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll go ahead.
But it also has to be you have to register for the contract itself. You have to have the documents for your company, and the leader of your group has to be there.
Oh, great one.
I'm down, Petra.
Yeah, the drunk halfling that's stumbling around in the slums.
And Mew's already fucked off to the Mages Guild.
Yep.
Hang out in the inn, do a bunch of reading, and just wait for everyone to get back because I'm not going on another goose chase.
Okay. Give me a wisdom check, and I will decide how much of the book you actually managed to read ahead. Okay. With a 17... Oh, wait. I was looking at the thing. With an 18... I'll say you've managed to read about half the book.
Cool.
Yeah, you... By the end of everything, you will have managed to read the, half the book by the end of tonight and into the morning. Okay. So... That's what Amaranth's doing for the night. New has gone to the Mage's Guild. What is she doing there?
First thing she's gonna do is go up to the counter and inquire at this one about membership.
Okay. So she goes in, she inquires about membership, and they aren't taking new members. So she goes up to the counter and asks, the first thing that she gets told is, we don't actually accept new members here. That's not how it works in Byralia. You have to be referred to us by some sort of college or somebody already in the guild, and then we reach out to you.
Right. Noted. Do you happen to have any see, my brain stopped working. Give me a second.
Just went.
It's
That
that social book. That social book is not working.
The social book works
Okay,
when we're
you
playing
think
Monster
about
Hunter.
you think about what you're trying to say. Petra,
Got
what is
it.
Petra doing?
Well, Petra's still kind of just wandering around looking for people.
Okay,
She's kind of wandering in like
roll a d4.
this area. Oh,
We're gonna see what direction she wandered, and we're just gonna do cardinals on the d4. 1 being north, and then 2, 3, and 4. So being a 3, she goes south. She's walking towards this tower. She is hammered and going towards the freaking corner of the wall. Okay, so that's what Petra's doing. Back to New. You figure out what you're trying to say?
She's going to ask if they have any magic supplies or specifically like magic tomes and information about specialized tools.
specialized tools?
I mean, after what I just said to her about liches, she's gonna be like, who are these people who are coming into this
Yeah,
place?
she's being extra cautious at this point because the last person tried to become a lich in her living room.
Niu will explain she recently got her hands on a herbalism kit, and while she is familiar with medicine itself, she is not particularly familiar with the kit itself and wants information on how to use it.
Oh, in that case, the alchemy section and the herbalism section are right over there. And she points towards one of the corners. She points towards one of the corners of the room, and you can see that there's, quite a few books on the shelf that she pointed towards.
She will thank the kind gal and head over to peruse the books.
Okay. So, you head over there. I need a perception check.
Perception. I don't see shit.
Yeah, they're all too advanced. You're like, I don't know the first thing. Where's the Alchemy for Dum-Dums book?
Is this what it feels like from the other side?
This is why I needed a bookstore, damn it.
That being said,
Straight up bookstore.
that being said, the card that Niu has feels warm to the touch.
And she'll feel this, like, with it in her pocket or bag or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she will, pull the card out.
Okay. So you hold up the card, and it clearly feels warm. Oops, I didn't mean to click that. It clearly feels warm, but that's all you're able to tell at this moment.
Strange. Having no idea what any of these books mean, she will go back over to the gal at the desk and, kind of present the card to her and be like, you wouldn't happen to have anything on strange decks of cards? I was given this recently, and it's a mystery to me.
She looks at the card, looks at you, and goes, Of course I know what that is. That's just a Mage's Tower card.
What does that mean?
So she then explains to you that this particular card that you've been given is called the Mage Tower, which is a card that warns you of potential dangers or of crisis or of sudden change in the wind. Which is the flavor text to tell you that this card can be used one time to redo any failed skill check or saving throw once.
Every time I hear that jingle, I'm thinking, is there a cat in
Interesting.
your house? Oh, that's a cat.
She will thank the gal again and
What do you mean?
I
what
guess
Petra
be on her
has?
way because she doesn't understand any of them damn alchemy books. So
Yeah.
she
so,
will head out and start her way towards the inn, I guess.
Okay. Which she passed by the inn, so she's aware of where it's at. So she's heading to the inn. So I imagine she'll be going to bed here in a minute. What is Amaranth doing again? She's reading, that's right. Petra is drunken in a corner. Roll a d4. Okay. So now Petra is right about here. She's just walking along the wall. Toby is unconscious in the infirmary. Where did Windsor go after telling everybody everything?
I just followed Amaranth. Stuck with her.
Okay. That being
That's right.
said, I'm guessing everybody at this point is going to wind down for the night, try to get some sleep.
Where is Amaranth in the inn? Did, like, sitting in a thing, whatever, something? Like, where did her and Windsor end up in the inn?
Everybody that, well, her and Windsor are in the inn. Toby is in the infirmary. Petra is drunk in a field.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm like, when Miu gets into the inn, will she, like, spot these two?
Well, she spot the tiefling and the 6'7" half orc. No.
I don't know, maybe you got a room by this point.
They have not gotten a room yet. She specifically said that she was going in there, sitting down, reading. So if she went in there, sat down, and reading, she'll be in plain view.
Alright, so when Miu gets there, she'll find them and be like, okay, where Toby is, Windsor, Amaranth. Where's Petra?
Uh,
And
I
she'll,
don't
like,
know,
look
I mean-
around.
she went off to get food. Last time I saw her. She'll come up somehow. She's like a little puppy. She'll find her way home.
Right.
Do you want us to go? Do you want us to go out and look for her?
She could be lost or dead. Maybe she ate half a convenience store and was abducted
And now
by
she's a
guards.
slave. All right, let's go out and find her.
Okay.
We need her anyway because I'll explain to Nia. Like, we need her anyway because I needed you for the documents, and I need her to be able to actually see if we can put an application in for this job.
Oh,
Okay.
yep. Neil will, like, add it in confirmation, having already read that in the book.
Like,
Right.
yeah, totally. I totally know what you're talking about.
One more D4 from Petra.
Here we go. No, it's not. We don't have a.
Windsor
Not
starts
rolling.
putting up Lost Barbarian sign.
One. Okay, so Petra is now somewhere over here. I need whoever's looking for her to roll
Oh my
a
God.
D6.
We're all looking for her.
86/R.
You can do it though. It's like Petra, we have food.
1d6.
Oh yeah.
4.
Do you want us to all roll or just one person to roll?
Everyone that's looking.
Okay.
This is deciding who finds her first. And how long it takes.
I don't.
Amaranth finds her immediately, almost. So Amaranth's the first one to find her.
That is actually surprising.
Yeah, so my reasoning behind it is basically you were rolling how many hours it takes you to find this stumbling drunk halfling. It took you an hour to find her. Everybody else, it would have taken Windsor 2 hours to find her, and you would have taken 4 hours to find her.
Okay, that was-
So it only takes an hour for Amaranth to find her, and at that point, she is somewhere right around here.
Jesus Christ, what have you been doing, child? Woman.
I'm not a child.
Yeah. I don't.
Now take me home and find my blankie.
Petra's offended by being called a child, rages, and just throws her battle axe at Amaranth.
Roll initiative.
You say that. Oh, I'm not a child. But I heard. No. And I'm like, okay.
Pretty
yeah, that's-
much.
But don't have sort of word. Just saying. Come on.
Drunk, okay?
Let's get you into bed. I
She'll
need you-
hold her arms up for Amaranth to pick her up.
Like, what do you think I'm gonna be able to do? No,
Say, what's Amaranth's strength skill?
I have a -1 in strength. I'm not.
All right, I
carrying-
need a strength. I need a strength check from Amaranth.
I really don't have any strength. Oh, I have a low strength right now.
Yeah, apparently you picked her right up, and you're just like, ah. So you're able to pick her up. If you want to carry her back, you apparently found the strength to do it. Probably irritated that you had to stop reading your book, so you just wanted to get it over with.
Like, this is not what I came. This is not what I came here for. I did not come here.
Petra
to be
will
fed.
immediately Petra, as they're walking, will just slowly fall asleep.
No,
I-
yeah.
I legitimately imagine
Yep, it
Amaranth
happened.
like putting one hand on either side of Petra's like waist and just lifting her up and holding her at arm's length as she walks.
Mhm.
Like, ooh, it's a child. It's a child sleep human, and I don't like it. Ooh.
Yeah, I was picturing the same thing.
Take it away from me, please. Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll go back to the inn and get some rooms.
Okay. So you head back to the inn.
3
Go
hours
in.
later, Niu shows back up.
Being that Amaranth already found her, everybody, at one point or another notices that she's been found and heads back. So we'll say it is now about 1800. You go to get a room. They are modest rooms. They're not super special. They're not the worst in the world. But they're fairly small rooms and multiple beds to a room rather than multiple separate rooms. That being said, it's about 5 silver pieces per person.
Cool.
Ooh.
Except that we don't need to pay for one. Can I ask? Can I pay for 1 silver piece? Because 5 silver pieces for 1 room because I already have someone who's drunk. She doesn't need her own room.
How many people fit in a room?
Yeah, so the cost is per bed, not per room.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just pay 5.
If the
Niu
YMCA.
will look after the drunk halfling.
Yeah, because it's a war zone, they've basically just crammed beds into as many beds into the room as they can. And instead of renting a room for the night, you are renting a bed for the night to crash in.
And
Look at
as
me
they're falling
thinking
asleep,
economically.
and as they're like falling asleep, Petra will be talking to you, saying like Shixel and the rest of the mercenary gang from before.
Nice. Hope they're doing well.
I had a dream, and you were there, and you were there.
So with that, I take it everybody's going to bed for the night.
Yep.
Windsor going to sleep. Alright, so everybody staying at the inn needs to take away 5 silver. If
Already
Windsor
done.
is staying at the Fighters Guild, he
Yeah,
can stay
I
for
was
free.
staying with them. I was
Okay.
staying with them.
Okay, then yeah. The 5 silver for staying the night there.
Got it.
In that case, we're going to say everybody went to bed. It's, a safe place, so nobody needs to take watch. You go to sleep. Anybody doing anything before bed, or is it just straight to bed for everybody?
Straight to bed for Windsor.
Straight to bed for me. I'm fucked.
You're already in bed.
Apparently, Niu's listening to a story about Petra's day through drunken slurred speech.
Yep.
And Petra is asleep, still talking. Okay, in
And we
that
rode
case...
a dinosaur, and I got candy and ice cream.
She'll tell New about the like whole pig that she ate.
with a big grin on her face. Okay. In that case, throughout the night, Toby will have that Goliath nurse will be coming in and will be taking care of him, doing various different things to help him heal. So, come morning, everybody is up and ready to go. And Toby especially feels much better. I actually fast-forwarded 2 days.
Petra wakes up with a slight headache.
You know those Goliath items are so good.
Hmm. Ouchie.
Alright. Everybody's woken up. What is the plan for today?
Get Toby, put an application in for the job.
Okay.
I tell Petra about the tournament.
Trying to make her
Petra-
jealous?
No, the one that's coming up in 2 days.
Oh.
Wait, do they allow magic at this tournament?
It is a fighters tournament. Do you think they
Petra will-
allow magic?
Petra will just kind of wave off Windsor,
It's easy. How many
Rubbing her-
rounds are there?
rubbing her forehead.
Oh,
Because
that's
it
right.
hurts.
You drank. Constitution saving throw for a hangover.
Yay!
Petra has a hangover.
Yay!
See, New's got plans. She
My
could
level of
enter the
exhaustion.
thing, prep suggestion before each fight, and then just tell them to forfeit,
Yeah,
and then take a long rest between battles.
exactly why they don't allow magic.
They wouldn't need to know. She'd have it prepped already. She wouldn't need to do any incantation or anything.
You have
She'd
to
just be like-
when you prep a spell, you have to maintain concentration on that spell until you cast it.
Yeah, but she could do that if she's just sitting there waiting until her turn.
That's a long time
still-
to hold
it's-
concentration.
It's still obvious that you're casting a spell. I'm afraid.
Yeah. It's a lot harder to cast a spell secretly than it seems. Because even if you're already holding it, keep in mind, you're concentrating on that spell. If somebody speaks to you or anything like that, it's like somebody speaking to you while you're fighting a boss in a very difficult video game. And it's just going in one ear and out the other because you are so focused. That's
Like
what concentrating
listening
on
to-
a spell is like.
It's like listening to Defile and Smokey talk while playing Monster Hunter.
Exactly. Brain rot. Alright, so what's the plan, everybody?
Pick up Toby,
Apparently to fetch Toby, and then we need to go register for this job.
and I'll let everybody know what the job is.
Okay. And the job that you're talking about is the magic artifact transportation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Petra's just
Uh,
kind of like rubbing her head as hard as she can to get rid of the headache.
New will just take Petra and be like, alright, you need food, let's go, move it.
Food?
There, the dog, the bitter.
Where?
So we are at the last 15 minutes. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to kind of jump through the next bit a little bit. So next week we can just start off on the job as, acquired and everything. So we will fast forward a little bit here. I don't want to railroad too much, but I'm going to try and, get us to a good stopping point
Give
here.
them-
We go-
How much did you eat?
If my Discord will stop cutting out, that is.
It's got a disadvantage.
Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, we're going to jump forward just a smidge here. So
Petra eats 3.
everybody has gathered together. You are all at the Merchants Guild to register for it. And as you go to register for it, they point out the dates on the delivery. So the delivery date for that package is the 24th.
Okay. Toby, how long is it going to take to get to this location?
let's have a look. Do you want me to do a survival check for that?
Yes.
Hey,
Or you can use cartography tools. Whatever's better for you.
Can you transfer the map that I have to Toby's inventory? Because I still have the map apparently in my inventory. Or do you have one?
You can actually put it into the company inventory.
You
So if you go to the character list, the little
At
character
20.
icon
God
there,
damn.
Inventory.
you'll see the Wolf Sentinel Company, and then it's got contents. And nice on the nat 20. Yeah, so you very quickly identify that you would have to leave today and make almost no stops on the way. Like, it would be a very tight schedule.
No stops as in not even stopping for, like, sleep?
You would be able to sleep and
not do
make it
anything
there.
else.
But yeah, you would not be able to like stop at bookstores and shop around or stop and do extra side jobs. This would be a essential mad dash, so to speak.
And how much do we earn from this?
I'll look at the contract that I took.
It is 25 gold.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
All right, maybe we need
25
to look
gold.
at other contracts.
The other contracts were very small. They weren't a lot of stuff that you would get for it. By all means, we could look at smaller contracts. I just looked because it's just the biggest one that they had. The other ones that we had were going to be either the items were going to be too heavy, and we would have had to basically made another purchase to have a caravan, which was just not worth it.
Well, I mean, maybe we can rent a caravan. Take money.
We need a carriage, not a caravan.
I wouldn't with that. That makes too much for a time, especially carriage as well.
Us, destination, just
Better-
road, or is there
Just
towns?
the road, to be honest, yeah.
Yeah, no
There's
town.
nothing stopping us. Bit of a waste of our time.
Realistically, you say it's a waste of our time. The whole point of us was to get back to the Fundinian Empire.
True. I mean, it is on the way that we are going to. We could all, whether it means doing anything else.
So that's the only risk. It's up to everybody else.
That's why I wanted to know what was on the way, because if there's other towns on the way, we might miss some good shit.
There will be
Yes.
towns on the way. You will actually pass directly by Bello, which is the capital of all of Byralia.
Nope, happen. We can't do it unless we're gonna double back to Bello.
That would be a 3 days return, by the way.
Petra just kind of pipes in and says, "We can see if there's stuff that
Bella.
she's still rubbing her head. It's
We can probably
it's
get
not-
better opportunities in Bello.
And that
Fine.
too.
Well, I mean, I just thought this was. I didn't think we were going to
Thank
be
you
here
for
as
looking.
long. I didn't think we were going to be here as long. I thought this was
No,
going to be a
that's fair.
small town that we were meant to just stop for the night and
Yeah.
then make away. But everyone else wanted to do things here. I.e., you wanted to decide you wanted to fight. You and Windsor wanted to fight. A Goliath
Hey, I won 90 gold.
and almost ended up unconscious.
Yeah,
I didn't
we
know.
Yeah.
we heard you had another run-in with the Goliath, and it ended up about the same way as the last one.
No, this one I earned 90.
You still got her.
I didn't deny that. I just said I earned 90 gold.
Yeah, the middle part was pretty much the same. It was the ending that was different.
Exactly.
Yep.
The middle
think
part being he
I-
just got his ass whooped for a while.
I think I met her sister. I think I met his sister before somewhere. I can't remember.
Fine, we won't do the contract. That's fine.
Okay.
We'll-
So that being said, there are still other contracts to
I was gonna
carry
say,
parcels.
Do we want to check out the other contracts? I think we should check out the other contracts.
yeah,
See if we've got anything that goes to Bello.
Okay. In that case, there are several parcels that are heading to Bello. You see that there are 5 of them that you would be able to carry, and each one would give you 5 silver pieces each. So that would be 25 silver pieces if you deliver those packages to Bello.
Everyone up for that?
I mean, it's better than nothing. That's
True.
5 silver apiece.
Yeah, and keep in mind, I am, slowly trying to reel back the money, so that's actually a pretty fair bit.
Yeah.
Like, that's enough to feed each of you for, like, a couple days.
Petra has enough to feed herself for
that's
Is
fine.
A
there
week.
anything with that's going to Bello or past Bello that is on our path that does not have as tight of a time schedule as this magic thingamajig?
Not that you can carry without a cart. Most of the contracts are for cart travel.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
large
should I do-
packages.
Should I do Constitution saving throw? Because that's how much Petra ate when she woke up.
We'll count it as part of your hangover. So you got a hangover, but you managed to keep your food down.
So I think we should just take these ones for now and then see if we get something else in Bello. Because that'll probably be better picking.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, cool. Let's go. So I need.
You happy with that, Windsor?
Yeah, how much? Inquire about rations for. I've got five. I've got
Petra
5 days
will-
of rations left, so.
Petra will
I've
kind of
still
just
got
like
plenty of ingredients I can cook for us on the way there.
Okay.
Petra will kind of like tap you on the arm or whatever part is closest to her and be like, "Do you have anything to get rid of headaches?"
Unfortunately, I don't think I do. I did recently get some stuff for me to be able to make us some, health potions, but I haven't had the chance to do so. Plus, I'm not super familiar with the tools I got. And yeah, I tried to get books, but they were all were in like, I don't know, some mystery language or something. Nia refuses to admit she couldn't understand them.
It was all in.
I can read it if you want.
I mean,
Saying.
I'd rather we just, get a move on. There's better chance that we'll be able to get, better jobs and more information in the next town than here, and hopefully by then we'll be out of the war zone.
Fair enough.
Petra just kind of groans and like walks away from everyone.
Cool. So are we leaving it there?
But we still need to apply for the job. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I said to you guys earlier. We still need
Let's
to.
go. Take
Okay,
parcels,
yeah, so-
apply to job.
And,
Yep.
uh,
There we go.
Okay, so you guys are going to carry the parcels.
It,
Yeah.
Okay. So you go up to the counter, and we've got 6 minutes, so I'm going to kind of speed through this. You go up to the counter, you talk to the person behind the counter. They tell you exactly what parcels that they have remaining. You agree to accept the 5 parcels that they have. They tell you that the way that this works is they will give you the parcels. They will be loaded onto your horses for you. The saddlebags that contain the parcels will be magically sealed. They can only be magically unsealed either by a very high level spell or by the person that knows the specific magical unsealing word for that parcel, essentially ensuring that it gets delivered to the correct place. During this time, you will not be able to store anything else in your saddlebags. So if you've used your saddlebags, you need to move that stuff back to your inventory.
I've not used them, so it's fine.
Okay. Yep, I'm just letting you know in case you have. That being said, once you arrive at your destination in Bello, you will be able to deliver them, and then you'll have your saddlebags back. There is the potential for a tip, depending on the speed of your service and, the state of the packages when they arrive, and if somebody just feels like leaving a tip, they can. That is entirely up to the customer.
why do I feel like one of these people is gonna tip us a slave?
Oh no.
Like it's some rich bastard, and it's like, here, have a slave.
well, slavery isn't all authored in, I think, Bello.
No, that's still part of this country.
Yep, Bello is one of the slave trading capitals of the world.
Oh, yummy.
That's
Well,
right.
not
just
not
yes,
the world.
accept it.
I'll say the continent because I don't know enough about Forgotten Realms and stuff.
Oh, if we get one, we'll just say yes, accept it, and then we'll just sell it straight away again, okay?
No one wants to say anything about that. Everyone wants to talk about me and babies, but we're not going to talk about reselling slaves. Okay, that's cool. Okay, cool, whatever.
Nope.
Petra doesn't
I'm
understand the
salty, man.
concept.
I mean, in theory, we could just release the slave, make them not a slave anymore.
Anyway, moving on.
Maybe they could be the healing rock thrower. Who knows?
So that being said, you guys agree to the terms, right?
Yep.
Okay. So they have the stable slaves load the packages, and then the courier sealer comes out, casts a spell on each of the saddlebags that contains a package, considering there's 5 packages, pretty much everybody's saddlebags are sealed at this point. But you will be able to deliver these packages. The packages have no time limit for their delivery, but again, you will not be able to use your saddlebags until they are delivered.
Is
And
there any kind of magical markings on the saddlebag now that indicates that it's magically sealed?
no.
Awesome. Means it won't make it any more of a target. Somebody be like, ooh, that's magically sealed. Maybe it's something good.
It's just magically delicious.
These guys are professionals. They're not going to make you stick out like a sore thumb. Okay. That being said, next week you guys will be heading for Bello. So look forward to that. Slave capital of Nolia should be exciting.
Show me your teeth.
I'm gonna get banned from YouTube.
Oh yeah. Most probably.
Somebody
Have
rolling
fun
that
with
one.
it.
Jesus.
Alright. That being said, we're gonna stop here for the night then.
Well then. And we'll come back with a hungover Petra.
Yes!
Yay!
A hungover Petra that has to ride a horse
Yeah.
for the entire day
Oh,
in the
boy.
summer sun.
Oh
I'll just strap
no.
her to it.
That's gonna be like, that's gonna be a fucking disadvantage on Constitution.
Defile question.
Talk to you guys later.
This
Have a
here
good
night,
is
Brian.
herbalism kit and the potion components. If I go to make potions, how does that work? I have roll tool usage shenanigans. Okay.
Yep.
I was like, why am I still hearing
Carl, I
music?
sent you
that I've
something.
I saw it, I haven't read it yet, so for now I'm just gonna say that it's the standard. But to fill you in, Zoe, he's got, you know that cooking system he has?